We don't want the issue of YouTube like last time. Craig, you only got a sample of it.
Oh yeah, that was horrible
Man,
the
that
other
was terrible.
day.
That was terrible for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, I was mad as hell. I'm like, okay, what is going on? You
Yeah, it
know,
was pretty bad. Pretty bad. I think we're good though. I see it on the screen. I turn this on. All right, we are live. What's up, guys? What's up, RGT Army? How you guys doing? It's episode 110, RGT Podcast. Good to see everybody in the chat. You know, it's been a very interesting week. A little bit of news here and there, but it's cycling, right? I would say it's getting up there. You know, you think nothing's going to happen, and bam, you get hit with something out of left field. And well, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show because we definitely got some interesting topics to go over. And yeah, got some fun. Definitely do us a huge favor. Go ahead, hit that like button, share it around. We do appreciate you, and let's have some fun. Obviously, I got the panel here. We got two special guests. One's on his way here, and of course, Blaze is on his way as well. So we'll see you guys. We'll see them in a few minutes. But let's go ahead and introduce our special guest. One of them, at least, Mr. Salty is Gaming. What's up, brother?
Well, it was good. I got my White Claw ready. Becoming an alcoholic during this pandemic, but hey, what can I say? You got to pass the day, right? Yeah, like I was saying pregame, man, I was listening to some music, just trying to stay chill, keep my mind right, and I'm excited to talk games, dude. Let's go.
I hear that. Oh, you know what? Craig Harris,
Yes, sir.
go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
I forgot to send
Craig,
the damn
tech
invite to the
guy,
damn Discord. He's in the chat.
just got off of Twitter, busting some cheeks of a couple of Xbox, but they're bruised, but I'm sure they'll feel better tomorrow morning, maybe. I was pretty rough on Sergeant O'Rider, but he's in Matt's gaming section, so he really got it bad. But nah, shout out to everybody here in the chat. Thanks for having me. Yeah, certainly hope everybody's safe and staying safe. And yeah, let's have a good show. So get some good topics here. So yeah, and shout out to Salty for coming. I'm still a little bit salty myself. I haven't got my invite yet.
Oh, you're good.
Shout out to you, brother.
It's coming soon, my dude.
I know. I'm kidding with you, brother. Good to have you. Yeah, good to have you. Everybody save your stimulus money.
Mr. Carlos Fernandez, what's up, brother?
Yo. Once again, I've been absent, but not from far. A little bit near, but close. But it's good to be back. Episode 110. Let's get it. By the way, gamer by choice, not by trend.
All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I do see you. What's up? Shout out to you guys saying what's up. Good to see you. Excuse me, I sound a little rushed. I am kind of a little over the place right now. I just got this fight stick, and let's just say I had to fight myself to get off the damn game to do the show. So excuse me. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the topics. Let's warm the panel up. So Jason Schreier, guys. Jason Schreier has officially left Kotaku. He is no longer working with Kotaku. A lot of people wonder where he's going to go. Apparently, there was a conflict within the actual company. This led to him leaving. But he did make some interesting claims before he left Kotaku. He said games that are already in production have been delayed.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what to really say at this point, I'm not sure what to really say. We do know that we're still getting, last time I checked, we're still getting Cyberpunk pretty much on time. Last of Us Part 2 pretty much has been delayed and is taking Ghost of Tsushima's spot. Was it June? That's what they said? June, something like that?
Oh, no, nothing official.
Oh, nothing official? Okay, so so that's still.
I mean, if they can get production started by mid-May, you might see it in June. But there's just too much money to be lost on an all digital release. People's money, like if you reserve that game at GameStop, you're being held hostage. They will not let you cancel the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's coming directly from because I talked to GameStop today, and so they were like, no, you just can't cancel your game because you can't walk into the store. So how are you going to cancel? So they would just lose way too much money on physical releases because people have ordered the special editions with the dolls, and was there one that came with Ellie's backpack or something like that? People have ordered that, and for people just to get a digital release. and you're still waiting on your stuff to come in. That's crazy. They're not going to do it. So, but then I saw the 26, but that's a reach. That's a reach. I hope you're right, but that's not official from Naughty Dog.
So I don't know. To comment on this quickly, it just makes sense from an entertainment standpoint. If you look at it, uncertainty of the economics behind everything, everybody, lots of people have lost their jobs and stuff like that. If you've worked years and years on a game, millions of dollars, about $100+ million for some of these games, you're investing all this time, money. What's the average that a big AAA game takes? 5, 6 years, 4 years? Imagine spending all that time, money as a company on a video game and saying, hey, we're going to roll the dice on our product and making our money and release it in a time like this. It would make no sense, even if you're on these games, to drop these games during this time. So that's why I see this, and it makes sense to me. I mean, I was saying this on TSGP. It make every game after this point or from this point, I question on when it's coming out, and this perfectly sums that up. Because if I was a business right now, I would not drop my shit. I would wait until at least people get back to their normal lives or start stabilizing, whenever that is, and then you can releasing. And then even beyond that, you got to finish your game. Some from home, they don't have they're not used to it. That's going to slow everything down. So any game that is scheduled to come out or from this point forward, I had a question that's Halo Infinite, that's The Last of Us 2. Like, there's these rumored dates out there. Ghost of Tsushima, the Avengers game, everything is in question now. Cyberpunk.
Yes.
So it might be this huge gap with very little games, and I think that's a good thing for some people because our backlogs are big, but at the same time it's going to be weird because there's going to be a huge gap, and then once all this stuff gets squared away, it's going to be like, hey, we're projectile vomiting all these games all over people because it's going to be at weird times. Like, it's just going to be, the schedule is going to be messed up, and then how does that affect next gen? Right, we were planning to release someone's games, play them. It's crazy, man. This shit is gonna have domino effect all over the industry, So.
Yeah, a lot of the movies too we were looking forward to, like Black Widow. More, or postponed. Hell, Avatar. You guys remember that Avatar film that everybody's been waiting decades for? That's further going to be pushed back at this point. It's like everything is going down. Probably the craziest story that I've read involving COVID-19 happened 2 days ago with WWE. They laid off 13% of their roster.
Really?
I saw that.
Yeah, 13% of their roster. Jeez. I'm talking like 30 wrestlers let go.
Kurt Angle got cut, right?
Kurt Angle got let go. Yep. He was released from his Legends contract, which is a bullshit move, by the way. But again, they let him go. The entire XFL team that he was supposedly doing was gone. Wrestlers who had so much potential cut. It was crazy. It was crazy. Vince was like, "You're fired," in the most worst time, and he was doing it. And a lot of them were doing videos, crying. Some were crying, emotional about it. It was like, that's crazy.
I really hope everybody's, okay. I mean, there's a basketball player here locally who lost his, we're move on. I know, but he lost his mom to that. And, so that's just real life, and it's unfortunate that happened with those guys, because it's tough to get health care in that field anyway that they're doing. I know they did the WrestleMania or something like that with no crowd, which was a disaster. From what I've been told, I didn't watch. I heard it was a disaster. So, but yeah, certainly hope that wish better days ahead for those gentlemen. Kurt Angle, he was real entertaining back in the day. I didn't know he was still around.
He was backstage. He was more like a talent. He helped with talent, because you remember Finley. Yeah, Finley also was laid off. So yeah, he was in the back with talent. A lot of them are still there, just working with talent. Like William Regal, he works with NXT talent as a scout.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he works with NXT talent.
Lord William Regal. Yeah, I remember.
Lord William Regal. He's still there. He just works with talent. He just doesn't wrestle, and that's the cool thing. They all had jobs outside. of the company. So, but then they're gone. They're officially gone, and all I gotta say is the AEW effect is going to be running wild once this COVID-19 situation is done. That company looks 3 times more prosperous than it even did at the beginning. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see going forward. But obviously, moving away from the wrestling talk, I know a lot of you not here for wrestling talk. Let's get to the topics. Our second special guest showed up. What's up, Death Singer?
What up, BitCloud? What up, panel? How's it going?
Death Singer. What's up, man?
Good to see you. Welcome, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, no problem. And of course, our other permanent member, Mr. Blaze 4K, just jumped in. What's up, brother?
What up, man? Sorry, I was running around, driving around. Then I gotta get home and I gotta sanitize my whole body, my whole life. I gotta sanitize what I bought. My girls are fucking. My girl's like a weird, like sanitize. So I'm saying, you know what I mean? So I sent Ryan a picture of me driving with some blue gloves on. You seen that, Ryan?
Yeah, I see that shit.
But yeah, I hope everybody's doing good, man. A lot of cool little announcements, and I mean, dude, half that roster, you know, I know it was like a lot of mid talent. You know, Kurt Angle is like the ones like it's the biggest head scratcher because they bring him in, they treat him like gold. They, you know what I mean? And it just Kurt Angle did so much back in. You know, Kurt Angle was like the best, bro. His theme song hits you so like, bro. Kurt Angle's. I love Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
Man.
I
love Kurt.
He was a dope personality. He was just great.
Awesome, man. And when he did that funny gimmick, he, like, you know, the whole like he was just funny. It was like satire funny, man. It was awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
I do miss the good old days. It does suck that happened to him. I think the best way, if you want his good years, the rest of his good years, you have to watch his matches in TNA before TNA went into the shitter. Basically, he was the only thing holding that company afloat.
Bro, he was nuts doing moonsaults and all that shit, but he was all drugged up as well.
Yeah. Wish nothing but the best for him, though. Hopefully they bounce back. I honestly think he'll be in AEW and he'll be working with talent. Why? Because he's good friends with Cody. A lot of those guys are good friends with Cody Rhodes, so I can see them signing with AEW, especially EC3. That's a big steal for them. But the first topic I said was Jason Schreier. I don't know if you heard me. Jason Schreier has officially left Kotaku, and he said that before he left, expect a lot of the games that are in development to be delayed further, and you're not going to get any more info for them or whatnot until things settle down. What do you think about that? Do you are you worried about this? Are you scared about the consoles?
I mean, no, I think the consoles, I was worried, but I feel like they'll come out. You know what I mean? And Jason Schreier, I know a lot of Sony guys don't like him because he always bringing the news that nobody wants to hear. But, I mean, hey, dude, I think if it needs to be delayed, let it be delayed. There's no sense of rushing it out and being half-assed. I'd rather it just be completed.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay. All right. So let's get into the topics, man. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm actually going to start with one of the headliners here. So there are 2 huge Xbox events very, very soon. I've been hinted at. Salty, you were there.
Yeah.
2 weeks, supposedly. Within 2 weeks, we'll hear something regarding one of them. This first one we're going to get is more likely going to focus on hardware. And it's reporting that the Lockhart will indeed be shown, and Microsoft is going to showcase the games on this. They're also going to show off a lot of these games in the different, modes, where the boost modes and stuff like that. And they're going to show you how big the Lockhart is, difference-wise, from Xbox One X and then the Series X. And of course, the other event would be their event for, I think, June, and that's near E3. That's going to be their other one. So I'm gonna start with Death Singer. He's our Xbox dude here. What you think is going to be shown?
I think for the first one, it's going to be that they'll show the hardware, they'll show the Lockhart, not going to mention price, and they'll show like a tech demo running, let's say a Halo Infinite or maybe something else running on this to show off like the features. So the quick resume, all that kind of stuff, how it actually works. And then the June one's going to be the big one. That's when they're going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at you.
Okay. So you don't expect nothing else, no surprises, or you think that will be saved for E3?
I just expect the usual. I mean, we're supposed to see Initiative's game. We're gonna see Fable. That's a given.
Yeah. Okay.
The one thing that intrigues me is the leak from Shinobi, which was about Forza being rebooted, which was news to me. But they're completely rebooting that from the ground up, from what it sounds like. So that's intriguing. And then Perfect Dark, Alana hinted, kind of, on RDX that, it has a potential. So I think we might see one or two surprises, stuff we didn't think would be there.
Okay, good point. Good point.
Wait, is that DeathSinger?
That's DeathSinger. Yeah.
What a blaze it is,
bro! Did you ask permission to bring your Xbox? I'm just playing with you.
You try to ID check.
Hey, all are welcome.
I would love to ID check.
I am the messiah of Xbox, and all the Xbox coming up high.
Yeah, you got some competition.
Lie. The thing is not to lie, so that you don't get your cheeks busted. But yeah, everybody's welcome.
What you think, Craig, about this?
Look, if the Lockhart's coming and they marching out there, I hope he's wrong about not having a price. I'm a big price guru. Everybody knows I'm cheap as hell. Hashtag I don't want to pay for it. So so I hope they do give us a price or suggest something, leaks or something like that. Maybe nothing official, but if they're gonna do 1080p open FPS and 1440p, like I've said before, I mentioned this earlier on Twitter. Yeah, I'll look to buy something like that because then I can play Mass Effect at 1440p, 60.
Oh my God.
But at the end of the day, I'll wait and see. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And the games are the games. I mean, I'll whatever. But that's it. I just want a console that's dedicated for Mass Effect. That'll be
you know what, Craig, you and DeathSinger, you know why the Lockhart's coming out and they're talking about 1080p? Because the Xbox One never hit 1080p, so that's why they're going to bring out a 1080p
well, that's
machine.
Not true. They had some games.
I'm just messing with you, bro. But yeah, I hope it's cheap too.
Yeah, they do 1440p. I love gaming in 1440p. And Big Cloud will tell you that. So
yeah, you do.
And Carlos, he's the 1440p man. We fight over that girl all the time. But so if they're going to target that in 60 with high or ultra settings, we're going to call it, that's perfect. People got to really understand that's a great one. And just put it on a monitor. Oh my God, I'll be happy with that. So I hope they show it. I hope we get a price. Knock wood. And but yeah, I'm excited about it. Then that's it. I'll have all four of those Mass Effect games. I'll just play it over there. You will not hear me complain.
Problem with the 1440p thing is, unfortunately, the developers on consoles like to care about graphics more than anything else. So I'm pretty assured most of them are going to try and hit native 4K, and then whatever frame rate will be whatever frame rate.
On the Lockhart?
No, on the other two, the Lockhart will probably be 40p. Although I'm sure they're going to, I'm sure they're going to try and push as many pixels as possible.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if they do 1080p Ultra, I'll be mad, but I'll do it. It's like it's like dating a girl that has on a water bra. It's all right. You deal with it. But I'd rather have 1440p. But yeah, I'll look into it, especially if it's $299. That's right up my alley. That's the same price as the 5600 XT. Knock on that, Lisa. You better get on that 5600 XT. Drop that price if this Lockhart hits the same price. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited about it. Hopefully we get it. I'm with this young man here. You said you were from England. Shout out to all the British people out there and jolly old England. But yeah, I'm excited.
Okay. Anybody else want to add on to this, Blaze?
Yeah. Look, man, I think you guys are worrying about, with these consoles, man, these new consoles are going to have variable refresh rate, and all of them are going to be trying to hit high FPS. And the resolution thing, I just see it like this, man. I don't see it going backwards. Like, if the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X are hitting 1440p and some games are 60 FPS, not all, but some, I just think with this new CPU, HDMI 2.1, we're going to be seeing just locked 1440p, 60 FPS, and then on the X, the Series X, and the PS5, I hope to see. You know what? It has to be 60 FPS. There's no more excuses. The Jaguar CPU was a pile of trash. So there's no more excuses. It has to be 60 FPS at the bare minimum. And if you have a monitor that can hit high refresh rates or a television or whatever, you're in for a treat, dude, because playing at 60 hertz, really, I can't believe I'm saying this, but even playing at 60 hertz now is starting to feel like kind of wonky. But
Okay. Salty?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around this whole Lockhart situation because I'm trying to figure out what the target audience is. I get it, like, yeah, it's you, but like, so you have a monitor, right, Craig?
Correct. 1080p with something called FreeSync. So
yeah, so I'm just
I'll switch up. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I'm just trying to figure out because like console gamers for the most part, at least what I think, I don't have the statistics in front of me. I don't even know if they did studies on this. I'm just trying to figure out how many are gaming on a 1080p TV, 4K TV, how many hertz are on those TVs, how many are gaming on a monitor that could have up to like 120 FPS, because like you wouldn't even be able to take advantage of it if your TV's not right. So it's like when you're targeting this crowd, like you're telling them, all right, so we're gonna have a better CPU. It's just like, imagine trying to explain this to the average consumer that don't even understand what 4K is. They think it's 4K pixels jammed in a TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you're trying to tell them about FPS this and that, all they're seeing is a better price. Sure, it's just like, what are you selling these people? Because for this generation, for Xbox, it was true 4K, right? 4K was that buzzword because that's what consumers knew. So like with the Lockhart, when you're selling that, what are you selling them? Are you going to be selling them frame rate? Because will the average gaming consumer, the casual, would they give a shit about that? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. So a lot of people are upgrading to 4K TVs because of the price. The entry point is lowering, so it's weird. So like the adoption rate is going up with these 4K TVs where people can actually have them. It's after you were selling this 4K box with the Xbox One X, and now you're like, hey, just kidding, we're going back to 1080p, 1440p. It's like, I don't understand how you would sell that to your consumer base, because like it makes sense from a computer standpoint, like a PC master race standpoint, because they get all this shit. They get refresh rate, and they get their monitors are set up, and they understand all this stuff. But like from a casual consumer, a casual console gamer, they don't care about any of this shit. They care about games, and they care about price.
Here's the counter that they could sell it, because especially now with what's going on in the world right now, people don't have a lot of money. So if I can tell you could get a next gen console for $299, they don't care about the specs and whatnot because they don't understand it. But if you're telling them,
the people that are upgrading to next gen more than likely want the top of the line. Like, you're not telling me that these people are going to next gen to get a subpar system. If you're upgrading to a next gen system, you want the top of the top. That's why these early adopters are doing it. If you're a casual consumer and it's all about the price to you, you're going to stick with that Xbox One S or the SAD edition. You don't give a shit about any of this stuff. You don't care about frame rate. You don't care about resolution. You care about getting the cheapest thing possible. That's why I'm saying, like, the Lockhart is a good idea on paper, but in this environment with the Switch selling like it is, it's shown time and time again that people care about the games. They don't care about all this stuff that we talk about on podcasts, variable refresh rate, input lag, frame rate, ray tracing. They don't know jack and shit about any of this stuff. They know about games, and they want to play games, and they want to play it for cheap for the most part. So that's what I'm saying. Like the Lockhart, I'm still trying to see how people would see that as a next-gen system when there's something better available. Because when I buy a next-gen system, I want to buy the top-of-the-line shit, right? I don't want to buy something substandard.
Yeah.
Then again, that comes down to messaging on the Lockhart, because if they get the messaging across right, it's a cheap next-gen console. And bear in mind, the way the world is right now, not many people will be able to afford the $500 box.
If you're not able to afford that, then you're not upgraded anyway. You don't care about next gen.
You are upgrading because you could show.
Why would you do that then?
That's where the messaging comes in. Because if you tell someone, this is a next gen box, it does this, 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 this. We'll show you the games. We'll show you what it does. As long as the messaging is right, people will pick up on it.
Death Singer, I'm asking you as a consumer, if you're worrying about putting food on the table, you're not going to be upgrading to a next-gen system. If you're struggling financially, what these systems are providing as an early adopter, you're not doing that. That's what I'm telling you. Like, if you're worrying about your finances in this time, that doesn't hold water for you. You're not going to be like, hey, I want to upgrade to this $300 system. More than likely, you ain't upgrading anyway because you're worrying about like the more important stuff. That's what I'm saying. In this environment, I heard people make this argument saying, "Hey, it's a perfect opportunity to upgrade to the Lockhart." No, people aren't going to do that. More than likely, they have the Xbox One X or even the S, and they're just going to stay with that because they can play all the games already. They don't need a next-gen system to play any of these games. They can play them on the Xbox One Fat if they wanted to. That's the thing. So when you're putting Lockhart out there, I'm still struggling to find out who that's actually for, if you get my drift here.
That's for the casual, that's for the casual person who doesn't, as you say, who doesn't understand about the 4K, the variable rate shading, all that extra stuff that they don't care about. They go in, mum and dad goes in and they go, I want a next gen Xbox for my son, show me where it is. They'll see the price, $299, boom, done, sold. Because people are more price conscious now than they were before.
Yeah, but let me say something. I agree with both of you. You both have valid points. Yeah. What I will say is, like, I've been to GameStop a bunch of times, and a guy's about to buy a PlayStation 4 Pro, and I hear the GameStop employee like, "Hey, we got an Xbox One X. It's more powerful." It's just depending on who's the rep that day. But what I will say is, even if the Lockhart, you got to think about this, Salty, right? The Lockhart is going to be more powerful than the Xbox One X, right? So right there, already, that's a plus. Like, damn, I'm getting a console for $300 that's more powerful than an Xbox One X. That's crazy, because you think it's going to have at least 8 teraflops, right? 9 teraflops to Lockhart, I would assume. So I mean,
it's rumored actually. It's rumored to have less than the Xbox One X. So
if that's the case,
performance will be better. The
performance will be better because the CPU is going to be the CPU is going to be neck and neck with the Xbox Series X, and then the GPU is going to be significantly less powerful. So that's why they're banking on that whole 1440p, 1080p stuff.
How do you put out a next gen console that's not as powerful as your last gen console? It don't make any sense.
That's the problem. That's
the thing. It is more powerful when you look at the Navi tech. It's going to perform better. They're going to base this on performance. Hey, if I'm marketing this, I say, look, this is $300 if you want it. Do you think? Let me ask you all this. This is for Death Singer. Do you think we see something like they did with Xbox S, where they push this out first, maybe? And just to kind of see how it goes before they bring in the Series X, because I'm just asking kind of to help kind of soften the market a little bit. Not as much time, because I know that there was a year between the S and the X. But do you think we could see maybe this come out in late October or something like that?
I think they'll both come out at the same time, and then they could just give the consumer the option: do you want to pay more and get more bang for your buck? Or do you want to pay less? If price is an issue for you, we have this for you. But if price is no issue, here, have a Series X.
Well, I want to pay less.
So they give you that option.
That's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Also,
I'm just trying to figure it out.
To go with Dev Singer's point too, you guys remember All Access? Xbox All Access?
No. What is
that? I fell asleep. I don't know.
Well, Xbox All Access basically lets you buy the console, but you pay it off in monthly payments.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
that's
so I'm thinking that might be the
life,
other thing they use for Series X to sell it.
And if you think
Or
about it,
Game
if you're
Pass.
going to get rid of your dog shit Xbox X and the S, and you trade this in, you might be able to. If it's $300, you might be able to walk out at $130.
Well, I'm sure they could have an aggressive trade-in deal,
Yeah.
especially for the
Got
One
to,
X.
Yeah, they got to.
Yeah.
What's gonna
Yo,
hurt
if
them though
they-
is go ahead, Salty. Go ahead.
No, if they give me any money for my fucking dog shit X, I'll be happy with it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, like, feels like I feel like they're trying to give that away for like a Coke and a hot dog, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, at this
You
point,
can feel it. They're trying to get rid of them. $300 as it is right now.
Yeah.
And look, why I say it's gonna hurt them because they're gonna be like, look, Sony's base console is this, and
Yep.
your base console is this. It's just gonna. I feel like that's gonna put a dent in.
Well, I think because they said they're trying to get rid of the X, they're clearly getting rid of all the stock, getting it out, so they no longer have to sell the damn thing. So they're dropping it as it'll probably go down to like I don't know 250 or 200 at some point, because they just want to get rid of all the stock and then replace it with Lockhart's and Series X. With the One, they're not going to sell it anymore. They just want to get rid.
Okay, good points. This is a good debate. Good debate from you guys. Sure shit. Anybody else want to add anything to it? D-Mike, go. Let's go. Carlos, you want to add anything to it? I guess Carlos fell asleep.
No, that's what you get for talking Xbox, bro.
Well, let me get you out of the Xbox funk, sir. This right here has surprised a lot of people, and to tell you the truth, I was surprised too. I thought they were pretty much on the cuffs of finishing the game, possibly, in the polishing phase. It's been reported that GTA 6 is in early development.
All right.
Early development, and here's the thing: everybody's been waiting 7 years with with GTA 5. They were thinking GTA 6 was already pretty much ready to go. If you think about it, in terms of for the next gen, that was going to be a big showcase. They are just now starting this game now.
I mean, we'll see it in 2030 or whenever they get around to it. I don't know. It takes them ages to get out of GTA, so I mean. Yeah, at the end of the gen, maybe.
I mean, they only make one game for a whole gen, right?
Pretty much.
One or two games. So.
Well, yeah, no, they only make one because GTA 5 was a carryover from the 360. It was in between the two.
Yeah, true. Then they made Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
It took them years, though.
It did. It took them years. So they legit take their sweet time, refine everything, and then get all the details, and then bam, you get your big file. I don't know when this game's going to drop. I know a lot of people are pissed, though. They were expecting this game to be all ready to go, for the new systems. Unfortunately, it's not the case. It's still in early development. We don't know what else. We don't even know what the hell they're going to be doing at this point. I'm guessing they went back to the drawing board, or they were still crafting the story before they even got into production in terms of the casting and everything. So what can you do?
If you look on the bright side, though, like this game's going to be a 100% developed for the next gen system, so
that is true.
This shit's going to be looking crazy. I mean, when we get in 2030, it's going to be looking next gen,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're losing out because look at the amount of money they're making off 5 still. I mean,
It's
they ain't
ridiculous.
losing anything.
That casino
Yeah.
DLC, people are legit spending money on those shark cards just to waste it, guys, on the fucking slot machines in the game.
They have real life gambling in the game.
Legit got you. Like, I know how people complain about games gambling you or teach you how to gamble and getting you how to spend that money. Rockstar legit found a way to triple that cash. They now got you at the casino using real money to get fake money.
That's 2K for you, bro.
2K, man. 2K are amateurs compared to what Rockstar did. They got you legit thinking you're alive in a damn casino.
Yeah.
They recreated the whole thing. So, there's that. Anybody else want to add anything to GTA 6? No? Do anybody care about GTA 6?
Everybody cares about it, but it's like it's too early to even say. We know it's gonna eventually come, but it's just too early to even say anything, really.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not even surprised. I was like,
Oh, bro, we know it's coming.
Development.
I I guess I give you that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see it in, I don't know, this is 2020, maybe 2023, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear that. I heard some stupid rumor that they're going to release it in parts.
Oh, yeah, that rumor. Nah, they're not going to do that.
If they do that,
I hope that
yeah, they ain't going to survive.
Yeah. Square's getting away with it with Final Fantasy VII because of the love that Final Fantasy VII brings
Nostalgia,
up.
pretty
So
much.
they got away with it, but people still don't like it.
I'm sure Rockstar could get away with it because they built up a massive amount of people that just love GTA 5. Like, no tomorrow, that's all they play. So those people will be like, I mean, they got the fan base to pull something like that off.
Nah, I don't think they'll get away with selling you half a game or a portion of a game and then give you the other part. Nah, I think it would have to be nah. Because you think about it, remember everybody defended them immediately when the heists weren't involved for GTA 5. At first, they had to work on those separately. Everybody gave them a pass because there was so much you can do in the single player.
Yeah,
it was so packed. It was like shit. It was just extra content. It's like, yeah, sure, take your time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going half-assed, it's nah.
The thing is like all this crunch talk.
Mm-hmm.
The thing we're gonna see ramifications from all this, and I know some people this is a triggering topic for them and stuff like that. But I have a dad that worked his ass off all of his life, worked in the mines in a small town and shit, man. Who knows what happened from that? All these people around the world busting their ass, you know, and they don't talk about crunch, man, when they're asked to work 80 hours a week in a fucking mine. They don't ask, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't talk about this topic of crunch. So basically what's going to happen in this industry is if this shit goes the way it's going, because Rockstar is already being pressured to change the way their philosophy on games.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen is exactly what you're talking about. What you think is not going to happen, but maybe it will because of the pressure of social media and people like Kotaku and Jason Schreier reporting on and shit. Is they're forced to change the way they do things, quote unquote, from this crunch, and then the scope of these games go down, or they have to put it out in episodic content or shove it in your face in DLC because of quote unquote crunch. So people got to be careful what they wish for. You know what I'm saying? Like when they're
and Salty, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So
you're absolutely right, Salty.
Yeah.
All right. So in correlation to what all you guys have been discussing in terms of crunch, my whole perspective on this is this, right? If you're gonna complain about doing 80 hours of working on a desk designing a game, why are you in the industry in the first place? Because everything you do is with love and labor in order to, you know, appease the masses, in order to entertain people. Because if you don't put no effort into your games, then guess what? They're gonna be sucky. People are not gonna like the design. People are not gonna like the duration of the game. So crunching is something that it's not bad for anybody. In reality, it's something that is sometimes is a necessity.
It's right funny now, with this crunch, bro.
Yeah, like it's funny. Me myself, right? I'm in a situation where they have limited my hours from my job, and I'm still getting paid. But I wish I can do more hours because it benefits me in the long run. It benefits my financial stability, and it benefits the production. You know, the economy at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to add on to that, the whole people crying about crunch, like nobody. I used to do asphalt. Okay, this asphalt is 360 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you got the sun. Then you got the sun that's 90 degrees out in the humidity, and you're laying down asphalt. I'm working 65 plus hours a week, shoveling asphalt like a goddamn slave. No, I'm getting nosebleeds and all this shit, bro. I'm literally dead every time I'd get home. I was dead. I didn't even go out. I just stayed. So what I'm trying to say is, and look, I'm getting paid for that. You think these people are like, they're getting paid to sit down? I'm not saying that sit down on a desk. I'm not saying that work is work, right? But they're sitting on a desk. It's like, what are you comparing here, bro? Like, there's people that bust, like Salty said, they bust their damn balls. Like doing physical labor, 60 plus hours, 70 plus hours. They're getting paid for it. I'm sure they do complain, but at the end of the day, when that paycheck comes, It is what it is, bro. This is look, this is the world, bro. This is America. You don't work, you die, bro. Some people are dying to get extra hours. There are people that are begging, like, please, I need more hours. I need more hours. I need more money. So I don't want to hear like all the people that care about this crunch thing, y'all are just stirring the pot, bro. You're stirring the pot. You don't even really care. I care about some random guy that I don't know about that's sitting on his ass creating a game that he loves to do, bro. Get out of here.
It's just
it's just a job, bro. It's a job, and some people are born to enjoy what they do, and there are others who are a bit less, don't have the same enthusiasm as everybody else, but they do their responsibility by taking care of their job, and by you limiting that person from that responsibility, the emotions that they have to gratify or to even do something in a satisfactory mean is going to show. The person is not going to give you the slightest interest into things right, because guess what? Well, you guys are limiting my hours. I can only do 8 hours programming or shader processing. I can only do this amount for this amount of time. I wish I can get more into it, because then I can give you a better input on my task. But if you're limiting that person from of doing that, then guess what? The production is not going to be there. It's going to be lackluster. And people just got to understand, nobody wants to see anybody being slaved away, working. But at the same time, that person has to earn their means of living, because you're not paying their bills. They're the ones paying their own bills and their own things that they own in life. That's what people got to understand. Not everybody's built to, for this, but there are others who are. Plain and simple.
And like I said, to compare physical labor to sitting on your ass. Look, when these developers, like when it's cold out, they got a heated building. When it's hot out, they're in air conditioning. Like, I don't want to hear it, dude. I'm not trying to say that, like I said, work is work. But like, you guys need to chill, bro. They're still getting paid, bro. They're still getting paid to do what they love. You know how many people work jobs and they're miserable? Yeah. These people that are developers, they're getting paid to do what they love. That's what they signed up for. Imagine imagine an NFL guy complaining that they added more games, bro. Like, this is like, you're getting paid to do what you love, bro. Just chill out. Free coffee, free snacks. Like, get out of here, bro. You're making games, bro. You want to switch? You want to switch with me? Crunching on chips all day. That's what they're doing.
Yeah,
it's true.
Good point. Let me go further here. Anybody else have anything else you want to add to it?
Got a super chat.
Oh, hold on. Pull up the screen. Shout out to Joe. Appreciate it, brother. $10 super chat. He says, I don't care about crunch for people at a desk job. Nurses deserve more, but I think devs do not get overtime like HR employees. They are salary. More you work, more you lose on a straight salary. Good point. Good point. Appreciate that.
I mean, if they're getting salary, they're getting salary, bro. But like I said, this is what they signed up to. This is what they agreed to. So what about when what about when they're developing a game or they're doing some sort of work that's not, what about when they work 20 hours a week? So there's no complaints for that. But when they work long hours and then they want to complain, there's got to be a middle ground here. So when they're doing less work and they're still getting the same amount because it's salary, then there's no complaints. But when they have to do extra work, there's crunch, guys. When the game is getting pushed out and it's ready to go gold, there's crunch. That's for every developer, dude. This has been going on for years. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but what I'm saying, this is the norm, bro. Like, when a game has to get pushed out because your publishers, there's so many investments that go into games now. It's not like before, man. So there's a lot riding on this shit, and this shit needs to come out.
Yeah, that's the point of salary. It's a for sure payment, A lot of people are hourly, so their hours can change. It's not a determined thing. If you have a salary, it's a contractual agreement. Yeah, you can work more, but that's a steady income.
I know, like, a lot of people bring a lot of when they talk about crunch, they do they come to the developers' defense. But as soon as the game launches and it's amazing, like, for example, Red Dead 2, right?
Yep.
The devs immediately just forgotten. Y'all remember that where they were working supposed long hours, then they claimed they were being forced to when they weren't. That was actually optional. Again, this, I don't know what to really say. It's just,
bro, that is exactly the same reasons why these white knighters of of crunch time defense are so asinine in the same sentence. How are you going to defend something, but yet when they provide you with the content, you want to parade around, oh, look at the beautiful assets of this game. It is so well developed. Look at the cache shading. Look at
the water. It's like they had time.
Bro, if they would not, first of all, if they would not put the effort into developing the game the way as it is right now, what would you think the perception of the whole general outcome would be if they not put that effort? What would be the general outcome? It would look lackluster. It would look trashy. We would be calling it Game Pass filler.
Yep.
Yeah, and they did that for. They just recently did that with
That's a huge bitch.
Bleeding Edge, right? They called that Game Pass filler.
And it shows. I'm not gonna say that Bleeding Edge is not a well game. Don't get me wrong. Visually, the game looks nice, but the mechanics of the game could have been developed a little bit more better.
Now, see, with Bleeding Edge, that was a 20-man crew that made that game. So, and the other thing about crunch, guys, what about do you ever look at yourself like, damn, like I gotta buy my kids food, I gotta pay my bills, but I still want to play this, and I gotta go pay $60 for a game. You know what I mean? Like, what about yourself? How about you value yourself before you value anybody else? How about I gotta work my ass off to provide my family, right, to pay my own bills, and then I still gotta drop $60 or sometimes $80 or $100 on a game? How about that? Like, how about another $10 a month for your subscription fee to play online? Like, yo, value yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're paying money. You're not getting these games for free, bro. You guys forget you pay money for these games, dog.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sure.
Everything in life costs money, even services, bro, and that's what people fail to understand.
Eddie, with Gearbox, y'all remember the head of Gearbox? He ripped them off. He didn't want to pay them their salary or their overtime. That's what he did. He didn't pay them. So they basically worked.
No, that's a whole different story. Like, if these developers are not getting what they deserve, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's just robbery. You just forced them into working for free, and no, that's bullshit. That's robbery.
He can get away with that.
Yeah, in that situation, I can honestly say I can vouch for those circumstances, but at the same time, if you know you were signing up for something, read the contract before you sign on the dotted line. Because sometimes
they know. No, they know when you hire people outside, they read that contract. They know they're going to be in there with 13 to 16 hours a day, busting their ass to get that shit out. So they know it is, and they get paid a lot of friggin' money. Now, if you can't demand a salary, I'm gonna be here for 8 weeks. I want this, and this, and I'll come in and you'll have to kick me out of here. That's what you got to say to them.
Yeah, that's practically all these companies. They are based off salary. If you have a year contract, where that contract and that salary falls in within, like, what? Let's say let's do a hypothetical estimate, $150,000 for the year, right? You base that down on a bi-weekly pay basis, right? These people are earning anywhere from $5,000 to even $6,000 on every 15-day cycle. So
exactly.
which is not hard to say no to, because you know what the hell is $6,000 in your pocket, and you just got to pay certain bills. Now, your living lifestyle and the way you choose to spend your money, that is solely on you.
Yeah, that's on you.
Now, nobody's gonna tell you, okay, you're in a $6,000 pay basis, and you're gonna go rent out a fucking Lamborghini thinking that you're hotballing.
Right, you're gonna get it.
Then you're gonna feel underappreciated because you're working. But that's not the way it works. Yeah. You got a $6,000 pay budget. Get the things that are a necessity, not a necessity.
And like I said, bro, like that whole crunch period, that's only a certain period when like, hey. This is why developers don't like giving a release date, because once they give that release date, there's a lot of pressure to meet that release date.
PR team,
so once that right,
ready, all that.
So now they put all this marketing towards, hey, the date's coming out, getting everybody hyped up, and then they got to go back to developers. How's it going? Look, I don't think we're gonna make it. These guys are tired. They complain. Okay, we got to push it back, dude. There's so much that goes into it, dude, and it's just like the whole crunch thing. It's when it's going on, when the games are being pushed out that's when the crunch happens. It's not like they're on crunch and they're working 1,000 hours every damn week. This is like a certain period, like a month, 1 month, 2 month period where, you know, it has to get done.
The last 10 weeks, yeah. So that it's usually the thing. Those testers bring that stuff back and they say, okay, we can go with this, and this, but this shit over here that we got written down in this column, you all have to fix this. You're gonna have to crunch to get this out or make this better. So no, I agree with you. Yeah, it's not like they're there the whole time, and you're there for maybe 6 to 10 weeks, just finishing up with the game testers, you know, that have physically played the game, that have written stuff down, and again, they're crunched too. The testers are being crunched. So, you know, because they test the game and then somebody else comes in behind him and they test it again. So, but yeah, I just think it's a little overblown. Just know your value, know how much you're worth. And if you're there for 14 hours, you're getting paid. You're getting paid. I can see if they slaved you in there and they were like, we ain't going to pay you, no breaks, no nothing. Then I understand.
That's a perfect, that super chat. Like, what about the doctors that, look, there's a lot of, like, when I would go to the ER, man, I would go to the, you know, you go in the back room, you see a lot of doctors sitting down, talking on their phone, eating, you know what I mean? But things change now where, like, these doctors are putting first of all, they're putting their lives, their family at risk, and they're working with the trashiest material. Some of these doctors don't even got material to cover themselves, to protect themselves, and they're putting a shit ton of hours, dude. And look, that's what should be commended. You want to talk about crunch? Look at the doctors, the nurses that are working right now. That's real crunch, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, we're definitely getting crunched and we're stressed. But yeah,
well, let me tell you, this was a fire fucking topic. Let me tell you, you guys brought it with that. Good shit. Let me get these super chats. Shout out to Joe, $2 super chat. He says, "True. They signed the contract. Work faster." That's what he said.
Yeah, work harder, not smart. Yeah, work smarter, not harder.
True Virgil as well. He did a $5 super chat.
True Virgil. He says, "My bro is an MD. He's working 18 hours a day. He's not crying crunch. He signed up for this, and he knows they need him right now." Good point. Hey, shit. Shout out to your brother. Shout out to all the doctors out here. It's
shout
crazy.
out to all of those essential workers that are out there hustling and doing what they need to do in order to help us with this pandemic. You are greatly appreciated.
Yeah. Very, very true.
Even if you work at a supermarket right now, bro, you know how like everybody's home getting paid, or everybody's home like, yo, and these people at the supermarket, like, yo, I see them all the time. I was like, yo,
like shit. Like, hey, throw this out here. I need this out here at this time.
Dude.
Shit. Like, dog, I'm telling you, I worked retail. Retail is bullshit when you have the most ridiculous.
Retail's the worst, man.
Yeah, it's the worst when you have the most ridiculous bosses. You know, they act like they're all high and mighty because they have that, you know, manager position.
9, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me, like it's crazy. Like if you ever worked retail, especially in this economy and in today's time, you would actually respect people that you see, like whether they be stockers, cashiers. You would tend to, like, I don't know why, I developed this habit whenever, like, I ever go shopping, like, you know, grocery shopping, I would always put the shit back if I don't want it. You know, I'll go back and put it exactly where I found it, type of shit.
Good man.
That's how I feel. Because I was there. I was there. It's fucked up. I'm talking dudes, the managers will literally go and find that shit that they put. Let's say you put some pickles over here in aisle 3, and that's where damn ketchup
the
is.
bread
Right?
goes.
They want that on aisle 6. Do you think the manager's going to take it to aisle 6? No, he's going to put it in the worker who's doing his assigned work in front of you or on the side of you that probably helped you find what you were looking for. And he's going to put it in that car. He's going to be like, hey, we need to prioritize this over this first. And then he'll yell at that person if that assigned work does not get done. Kid you not. That's how cutthroat some are.
Over here, we just, like, to the cashiers, give them a smile and then a hello. Just start conversation with them, because some of them they're
miserable. They think you treat them like robots. You know, you have. And
then you just start having a conversation, and then they're happy afterwards, and they say, "Well, there we go."
Yeah, hey, that's very, very true. Yeah, like.
You're right, like robots, because they're sitting there scanning shit. They just scan, beep, beep, beep. Yep, give you the price, you cash it. It's you know, it is what it is, man. Like everybody's in tough situations, man. That's why I don't want to hear like, oh, feel bad for. Like, I'm not saying I don't feel bad for these devs. I'm just saying, like I said, dude, they're doing what they wanted to do. This is what they This is what they went to school for. They're doing what they love to do. Now, I'm not saying they should be abused and stay up and put rubber bands over their eyes and finish their job. I'm not saying all that, but what I'm saying is this happens in all the industries. You know, at a certain point, even at my job, there's a certain time of the month, like when the summertime hits, we're busy nonstop, and nobody feels bad for me, and I don't go tell anybody to feel bad for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, man.
Same
Little
goes for me.
kindness helps them a long way, guys. I kid you not. When it comes to cashiers and these stockers and all that, I'm telling you, it really does show. I promise you.
Yeah, you got some people that just have jobs that you just gotta, like, once in a while, crack a smile. Once in a while, say, "Hey, how you doing?" And that brightens up that person's day. Trust me, it works a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
I always do it to the cashiers, and they always go away smiling. And it's like, here we go. I may have made your day, I may not have made your day, but hey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It all helps. It really does. Let's go ahead and move this over. So I do want everybody to press F in the chat real quick. We've had a loss, it appears. I am blown away by this, but it turns out the Portuguese actor Philip Dort, he was the voice of Deacon for Days Gone. He passed away.
No shit.
Yeah.
Nah,
The
bro.
voice of Deacon St. John, ladies and gentlemen, is officially gone. It's on Twitter. I retweeted it on Twitter, but it is legit. I'm guessing it's the COVID-19. We have lost a guy who was very, very talented when he came to voice acting. He was very talented. He's officially no longer with us. I'm not sure what does that say about Days Gone's future. Maybe they'll replace him if they're going to continue it. I'm not sure, but he is no longer with us, guys. So I tell you, those who watch this show,
That's crazy, man.
yeah, those of you who watch this show, whether you watch the replay or you watch us live, shout out to you guys here. Value that time you got with your family. Seriously, I mean, cherish every moment you got. And spend that time with those at the end of the day. Those ones that matter most. You need that time.
I mean, just recently, like if I may, just recently, not too long ago, about like this past weekend, I found out my aunt had passed away. And yeah, man, sometimes you can't take things for granted. Just remember them by the happy moments they provided for you, and keep them in vain. And listen, man, with how this thing is going on, not everything is short for the next day. So do all your best to, practice that social distancing. Clean yourself before you get into your home. Take care of everything that you need to take care of, because most importantly, your health is number one, man. And trust me, it's something that I didn't see this coming to me or any of my family members, and it just happened. My aunt passed away at the very young age of 63, bro. 63
Yo,
years
my
old.
condolences, Carlos, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm so sorry to hear that, bro.
Thank you.
And you're absolutely right, dude. Sometimes shit hits you. 2019 was the worst year for me. Now 2020 is like really like almost gonna surpass it, but I didn't want to bring it up, forget it. But Deacon St. John,
Damn, bro.
it's sad, man.
In the Portugal, for those of you who are asking, the y'all saying the American voice actor is fine. The American voice of Deacon, but the Portugal, this is the Portugal.
Oh,
when they translate.
Yeah, he's a translator.
Got you. Yeah. Well, I'm sure.
Man, that still
sucks.
this COVID shit, man. I don't know how to say this. As a New Yorker, man, like it's hard to go outside every day. To even going to the corner store at times, you feel like you feel this ominous of just
dread. Yeah, you just feel this overwhelming sense of dread.
Yeah.
Even I'm working on limited hours, right? My schedule is from Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right? On 1 week. And then the next week I work from Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? While all of this is happening, right? At my job site, we have portable ice fridges full of bodies from people that have passed away from this COVID-19 scenario. Like, they literally are having medical examiners right next to the building we're working at. And the army's there. They're doing everything they can in order to analyze the situation and find the best possible solution towards this. But trust me, when I say this shit is real, man, it is one of the realest things that I've ever experienced in my life.
Mm-hmm.
As how things are, and as a New Yorker, like you're used to going outside and seeing people walking around, having a chat, going down to the store just to cop a quick smoke, or go to the park, go to the skating ring, doing something daily activities that we normally take for granted are not being done right now. And people, I emphasize this as much as possible. If you really wanna push the change for things, practice social distancing. Listen to your local governor. Listen to your local health agent. Listen to whoever is in the hindsight of the situation, and please adhere to this, because the more that we practice that social distancing, the better and safer we are to go over this fucking hump.
The world will never be the same, bro. Like
it
this
really
shit
will not. It's going to take a lot of time for everybody to heal over what's happened. It really is.
The recession really might hit. It's already probably happening. Look, this thing might it might come back. The point I'm trying to make here is like, this is new for everybody. Like, nobody's ever seen this shit. Like, you can talk. I talked to my grandpa, man. Like this shit is this shit is unprecedented. This shit is never. Like, this, we'll never see it again. Like, and this is crazy. The world has literally stopped. And I know we're over here talking, we're bringing entertainment, we're talking about games and consoles, and we get mad and we get triggered. But at the end of the day, bro, this shit is really not that important, bro. It really isn't. Like, people getting pissed off over a console and this and that. Like, it's all fun and games, and I know we're trying to keep each other entertained, and, you still got to have a life and still have a social life. But, dude, this shit for real is real, bro. Like Carlos said, this shit is real.
This is one of those world-changing things. Like, I was talking to my nan and granddad, and they lived through World War II.
Wow.
And that was a life-changing thing for them. And this is just going to be another one of those in the footnotes of history.
It's history, man.
Yeah.
It's just going to be another thing. Then we can talk to our grandchildren, like, we lived through that.
So,
Made it the other side.
It's weird for me because, like, growing up, man, video games were number one, and then sports were like number two, and they kind of flip flop back and forward. But, like, from a perspective of, like, thinking that sports are going to be the same, or just life in general, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Like, how do you fill a stadium up and feel comfortable, or the way you greet people's differently, or like the way you even, it's weird now because, like, I drive down the street, businesses are closed, or like when you see people, they like avoid you, or like if you know what I'm saying, like the distance thing is weird. Kids not in school, like it's changed pretty much every aspect of life, man. I mean, and it's crazy because you're in it. It's like, when you're in shit, it doesn't really hit. It hits, but the perspective of, like, when you're reading a history book and you see, like, the Black Plague, or you see, like, this or that, or you see the World War II, you see that and you're like, wow, that shit's crazy, man. I mean, this is one of those huge world events, man. I mean, that's what it is. Like, in 20 years, when people read about this, it's going to be on that same, it's the world changing event of COVID-19, so.
Yeah. Oh man, it's great. I feel like it took the world in a day and a half, didn't it? When everybody was like, "Oh, there's nothing major." Week later,
bro,
we were in a, what I'm saying, we were in a public panic, and then it just turned into a world crisis overnight. It was insane, it really was. But oh man, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Let's move this topic over it. Let's did everybody get their points across? They want to add any? No.
Yeah. We good,
Okay. Let me start with Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, it was stated that the game will not feature any waypoints in its open world. I'm actually okay with this. A lot of people are kind of torn. They're saying that there's nothing wrong with having a waypoint system in this game. I honestly think a lot of people who are complaining about this are just finding some reason to bitch about this game. Seriously, it really is. is like it's kind of petty. Like, okay, it doesn't have a waypoint, so you want hand holding in every single game. And yes, that is hand holding when the game constantly tells you, hey, you, go over here. Here's it is right here. Pick it up. Put it in the that's hand holding. I don't like a game that hand holds, but
yeah, but for open world games, look, I'm a Dark Souls player, so I'm used to no map, no waypoint, no nothing. Dark Souls has zero map, zero anything. So, but that's more of a linear game. They're semi-open areas, but it's more of a linear game. Like, I can't imagine Red Dead with no markers or waypoints.
Yeah,
I could, because this takes it back to the old school open world RPGs. A lot of the older ones.
Yeah,
Which one?
A sense of
which one?
Sense.
Like games like before Skyrim, Morrowind. They had some markers for quests, but essentially it's just an open.
Yeah, but they still had markers for the quest.
Well, yeah, that's when you pick up a quest. But if you don't talk to someone, there is no markers. You could just wander around. Like, take Skyrim, for example. You could go from one side of the map to the other just because no one told you to. You saw something over there and was like, hey, that looks interesting.
No, that's awesome for exploration. I'm not saying, dude, I'm with it. I'm cool. Like I said, I come from that. I'm cool. What I'm saying, dude, there's got to be some sort, or at least make a giant circle and say, go to this area and explore until you find. There's got to be something, is what I'm saying.
Well, the best thing about those games is being dropped into a world and it's just go and explore, go walk around, speak to people, and you may pick up a quest.
That's cute. That's cute for the first.
More than that, though.
Right, that's cute
because they're gonna have things. They're gonna have points of interest.
Right, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're gonna have.
They'll have points of interest. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, you might want to take a look over here. You might find something interesting.
Yeah, but I agree. When it tells you to go north, like I was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey today, and it just says the person was in the northeast part of this area. It doesn't tell you exactly where they are. You have to go east.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. There's something there to give you direction. Like the whole exploration. The exploration thing is cute for the first 10 hours. Then you're like, dude, all right, what the fuck do I do here? Because then if you don't, I'm serious. Like, it's cool. Like, yeah, you're exploring. It's a new game. But eventually you're going to be like, yo, you want to proceed. So there's got to be some sort of point of interest. There's got to be some sort of something, just something. I'm not saying you need a fucking line to show you where to go.
You know what's interesting about this waypoint system thing? The very first Assassin's Creed, because he said Assassin's Creed, the very first one didn't have waypoints at all.
True.
You had to legit do a leap of faith. Remember, you had to scale the area first to find everything. The game doesn't tell you this. You find this out naturally. That you go on top and then you like scan the area. Then you go down and you learn information about your foe or your the kill, the prey that you got to kill, basically, right? That type of thing.
But then
it
again,
helps where. Well,
hopefully they put like mechanics kind of in. If you fill out the open world to make it interesting, like in Skyrim, for example, sometimes it won't even tell you a quest, but you'll see two people arguing. You go over, and then it'll be like, "Oh, settle the argument, do whatever quest." So if they have tons of stuff when you're walking around, not a barren world, there needs to be tons of stuff to do, loads of people to speak to, make it a full fleshed out world. Then as you're exploring around, you'll just randomly be talking to people and they'll be like, oh, look, that person has a quest.
Well, understand, you're going to, and this is why I thought it was very interesting that they mean Sucker Punch, went out and said, you're going to have to go recruit people from different parts of this island. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going full Jack Reacher here, but you'll probably have to get people from within those areas to come with you to help show you around. You may have somebody that says, oh, well, I know that area pretty well. You may have somebody but they may be terrible at doing something else. So that could be part of the game. It may not be. That's what I would put into the game. No waypoints, but yeah, you're going to have to go talk to people and maybe you can hire a guide or somebody that can come and help you. They specifically said you will be able to recruit people to move around the island. So
yeah, but I don't want to depend on an NPC because that's going to kill the page. If you got to depend on the CPU to walk you around, you know what I mean? That's just going to kill the pacing. Depends if they do it. Depends how they do it. You know.
I don't disagree with that. But
Pokemon kind of does that, does it not, Blaze? Where like you're because remember Pokemon is kind of open like that. You don't really get they don't tell you where to go. You know what I'm saying?
Did you say
No.
Pokemon?
Well,
Pokemon
Pokemon, I haven't
does
played. You know, I'm not 6 years old, so I haven't played that in a long
Was a
time.
Pokemon
Pokemon.
has done that though. If you go back, they never
That
really
sounds
told
like
you where to
me
go
6
and find
hours ago.
everything.
I was a Pokemon 6 hours
And Pokemon did that shit.
ago.
But
Yeah,
look
I
at
killed the
Pokemon.
conversation.
You
Tell
can't
what was
compare. You can't compare Pokemon's little. Like what I'm not trying to say. Like you'd walk around. Like I'm talking. These are 3-dimensional big open worlds. Like if you're gonna compare, you got to compare it to like the Skyrims, the Far Cries. Like these are like, you can't compare like in a 1-dimensional 2D / open world. Like you just kind of scrolling along. Like it's these worlds are gonna be massive, man. They're only gonna get bigger. So what I'm saying is, I like that even The Witcher had question marks. You would see a question mark, you wouldn't know what it was,
Right,
but you'd
right.
go to the question mark and find out. Okay, this is a monster. Then, and then they got to figure out main quest and side quest is totally different. For a main quest, there's got to be some sort of, if you want to make the side quest different, like but there's got to be something like a point of interest, a direction to go to, because if not, I'm telling you, dude, people are going to be wandering around. Ooh, this looks pretty cool, but there's not going to be no production.
Yeah, they kind of
The
upgraded
best-
the Batman's the waypoint system too, because Batman didn't really give you a whole bunch of waypoints at the start. Remember that? Like you had to find them naturally.
Right.
Arkham Knight, I mean.
The best game I can compare it to is Dark Souls, because they don't tell you shit in that game. You wander around and you die a lot, and then all of a sudden you stumble on a different area, and then all of a sudden you walk into this big arena type area, and then you get your ass kicked by a boss. I mean, it's a different game because this would be more like an open world, and then with Dark Souls you have like bonfires and stuff, but they could do similar stuff. It can work for a game like this. It's just it depends on how well they design the maps, like the world building, so.
But like I said, Dark Souls is my favorite series of all time, bro. But like, even with Dark Souls, they're like, once you kill a boss, you proceed forward. Like there's no, like, you do backtrack to find different shortcuts that lead into other, like, it's incredible. Like Dark Souls 1 has the best map design I've ever seen in my life. You can start at one point and end up it's crazy. But what I'm trying to say is, like, there's always somewhere to proceed forward. It's a linear game, so you're always proceeding forward regardless. Like there's no like, there's, what I mean? There's open sections, but they're minuscule when it comes to like what we're talking about,
Okay,
Yeah.
Good point. Good points. Shay, good points all around. Good conversation, dude. You guys are killing it. You said it may be dynamic. That was Vedger. Okay, could be.
Yeah.
Vedger, shout out to you for the 119 SEK. People don't even know the game mechanics of Ghost of Tsushima as much as we know. We don't even know if all the quest holding NPCs are constantly moving around the map. It may be unique in that aspect. Good point.
Yeah,
That is true.
good point.
That's a good
wait
point.
and see.
It could very
We're
well. Yeah,
probably
that's
waiting
true.
till the fall, but
Yeah.
we'll probably wait till the fall, but that's fine. I'll be getting the game. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm day one. I'm there.
Yeah.
To
I
this
won't be able to
day,
play it on my
I'm
lock
there.
card.
Everybody's day one except for Death Singer.
Yeah.
That's sure you don't play games.
Yeah, I do, but
You
I
only
just don't
RTS
play.
games. You need to stop that, man.
I play RPGs, sir.
He loves like 69, 70 games. He loves those.
All right, well, since we got Dev Singer here, I'm glad to see you.
I love 80 and 90 rated games, sir.
Give me one.
My last 6 games were at least 80s. The last 6 games I played: Forza Horizon 4, 90.
Incredible.
Ori, 90.
Great.
Oh, and then got Pillars of Eternity, 88. Pillars of Eternity 2, 89.
Okay, but that's a multiplayer.
No, that's an RPG.
Oh, you're talking about RPGs, but I thought you were talking about exclusive. Okay.
Oh, I was just listing the last 6 games I played, and they were all in the 80s and 90s, sir.
Man. And I don't mind a 69, but I prefer.
Oh
something else
God.
on the game.
Okay.
I mean,
And I played
Oh,
State, and I
man.
played State of K2, so suck it.
Ah.
Alright, cool.
Okay, too.
Now, that game was
No
he's
shame.
trolling. He's
I had
trolling.
to grow a garden.
Let's go ahead and move to this joint. Dev Street, I'm gonna start with you because this is hilarious as hell. This happened, but I think it was 2 days ago, right, Craig? It was all over Twitter. Amazon France was
Oh.
listing a few
Oh my
games.
God.
They listed a
Yo.
few
Why?
games for PC. Now, what was funny about it? Now, you guys already know how Sony rocks. When they announce something for PC, they'll do one game or like one game at a time type of thing. Amazon France put up like 6 PlayStation exclusive games. And what was funny about it, everybody was in a panic. I was sitting there going, guys, really? No way, you know? And then what gave it away was their latest post before Sony came and clarified and said that this all bullshit. But it was a post where it said the PlayStation 5. Everybody pay attention to the chat. They said that the PlayStation 5 was coming out exclusively on PC.
Yeah.
Hey,
The PlayStation
That's,
5, the console, is coming out on PC.
If you remember, Amazon France also leaked Bloodborne for the PC, and they were wrong. You know, it's just once I see multiple of these things, I just started laughing. You know what I mean?
Really?
Days Gone is so trash, but now all these PC guys want it all of a sudden, huh? That's funny to me. Days Gone is trash, and now, oh shit, it's coming.
bro, all I gotta say is this: it's still April's, and there's still a lot of fools.
Facts.
Yeah,
Well,
then all of a
PT
sudden
Farms
I
has
saw
one.
Reddit. It was like dudes hacked Amazon to like a bunch of salty. That's literally what the article said. It said salty Xbox dudes hacked Amazon.
Oh, someone at Amazon just was having fun. So I guarantee you, someone at Amazon France, he was bored and he just wanted to do something that would just.
Don't you work for Amazon, Dustin?
Oh.
No, I wouldn't work for Amazon. No way.
Supposedly, Amazon France is
That's
going to do some
Red
shit anyway, though, with their employees. Weren't they like cutting people loose, or supposedly going to like do something like restructured or something like that? Having issues. I think I read something about that. So about Amazon France, but that's what happened.
Man, everybody wants these Sony games. God, man, you hate to see it, man.
Well, they
Everybody wants
put
God
up a
movies.
lot of
Sony.
things,
People went out and bought something called a 2080 Ti. Of course, they want some games on it.
though. Well, people were interested too, though, because they showed Days Gone on this, and a lot of people this sparked some interest. Right, a lot of people were questioning. Is Days Gone next to go to PC? Honestly, it could very well be, but that honestly, like I said before, numerous times on the show, even in videos, it would depend on the success of Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If
Yep,
Horizon
if
Zero
Horizon
Dawn
Zero
2
Dawn-
sells triple, if not double what it did on the console, then you'll see that for sure happen. But right now, we don't know because it hasn't dropped yet, right? I don't think it's on PC just yet. It's coming very, very soon, though. They haven't dropped
And they
it.
say, dude, Blaze, don't you want to see Days Gone at 60 FPS? Yeah, I will on the PS5. Thank you very much.
Well, maybe. Yeah, that's if they're able to jailbreak the CPU. Yeah, no, you're right. I will wait.
Listen.
Everybody's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be trading in those blue PlayStation cats for Xbox ones. You'll see in the future.
Yo, you know what's so funny though? Like, you know what's the whole funny? Well, the whole scenario is pretty
Wait, that you're
funny.
gonna go green?
Nah, hell no.
Nah, you
Crazy.
gonna go green. Wait, you going to talk
Anybody
about
that
Xbox,
says
but
they
you ain't gonna
bleed
go
green,
go
anybody
green.
that says they bleed green, they gotta go check
We
themselves.
gonna bleed green in the future, Carlos. Stop. We're all gonna
Hell
bleed green.
no.
Stop.
Let's
Get
just
that
put it
ass
this
banned
way.
if you don't go green.
Exactly.
Listen. You're not ready for that, all right? Let's just say that you're not ready for that. But
If we're talking about bleeding, though, everyone bleeds red, so that means every single person's a Nintendo stan.
yeah, Nintendo.
Get
Blood
that ass
blue
banned.
though before it hits
No, but the thing is,
oxygen.
right? My thing is this, right? It shouldn't matter whether the game drops on PC or. What should matter is whether the person or the people in the multitude will enjoy the game, because that is exactly what the game is there for, provide entertainment. Now, I get that there are some hardcore fans that feel betrayed, that feel that Sony should feel they feel that Sony should be they feel that Sony should literally be the only thing consistently dropping things for their own platform. Well, guess what? Sony does just more than gaming. Sony does financial. Sony does
Okay, you're saying Sony. We're PlayStation, man. We're talking about
PlayStation. PlayStation is a branch of Sony. So guess what?
Yeah,
If
but that's
Sony
why they
feels-
branched off from like that's why they're branched off. They're separate entity. Yeah, they're still with Sony, but That's why they look. I'm not Carlos. I get what you're saying, bro. I'm not. Look, I'm not. I got a 2080 Ti, bro. If things start to go left, I'm prepared, bro. What I'm saying is, it's good for your brand. If you wanna keep your consumers happy, like why should I buy a PS5 if you're just gonna release shit on the PC? I might as well just wait. I got a 2080 Ti.
Bro, I could
You know what I'm saying?
I could attest to all this. I'm gonna say it right here and there. It's not gonna change nothing. People are gonna enjoy the games regardless whether it goes to PlayStation or PC.
Yes.
The whole basis of this is that the hardcore fan base, they just need to quit it. That's it. If the game goes on PC, you cannot change the fact. They just want to branch out to a different demographic, just like how Microsoft is doing with their games and their library. And these companies are going to do whatever it takes in order to attract more users to their installments. That's the whole basis of this. I'm not saying that Sony should follow every model or everything that Microsoft does, but there are going to be instances where there are going to be certain titles or selected titles that are going to go on PC, not day and date, but maybe 2-3 years down the line. That's all I'm seeing.
Yeah, they said that. Yeah, I mean, Sean Layton before he left said there were going to be
you can see select titles making their way there.
I mean, even the Predator game is coming out. Is it next week? That's a Sony game. That's a
no,
game.
bro. Come on, bro. Yo, Craig, stop that. Stop.
Well,
that.
It's going to PC. It's going to PC, and it's going to PlayStation. You will see more. And Sony said over a year ago.
I get it, but we're talking about the big dogs. We're talking about.
The big dogs are going to stay, bro. Big dogs are going to stay big dogs in their own pound. It's not going to change.
They'll eventually go. I mean, they're not going to go day and date. They're going to put some game. I mean, I think that Sucker Punch game that came out in 2014, Infamous Second Son with the DLC, that's fine.
Bro, if they put Infamous Second Son on PC, you know exactly what. I'm gonna put that bitch on and I'm gonna start playing some Infamous.
Yeah, the game is 6 years old. So
I'm willing to put out there now, as Matt Piscatella said, and I agree. The next gen and the gen after, it's no longer going to be whose plastic box is better. It's going to be whose ecosystem is better.
And
PlayStation, this is Xbox. The plastic boxes are not going to be the centerpiece for the war. It's going to be how many people have you got versus how many people have I got.
Well, I disagree with that, but that's fine.
Is this so shady talking right now?
No. Well, no.
Oh no! I'll mention that.
Okay. Well, then again, to that point, what makes the money real quick? Is it the console or the people who buy the console who sign up and buy games on the PSN?
Content,
bro, we get that the software makes the money.
Yeah. So the more people you have on PSN, the more money, the more software you're selling.
I play games. I don't play ecosystems, man. Like I don't give a fuck what ecosystem it is. If it has shit games, I'm not playing it. You know, I'm not there. I'm a gamer.
We understand why Xbox had to go to the model they did because they got their cheeks bucked. That's why. So they changed their model. But that's fine.
Well, I mean, it actually makes sense because Nintendo got its own model and it's destroying Sony's ass.
Nintendo makes cardboard box that you play in.
Well, I mean,
why you gotta bring Nintendo in it, bro?
The only time Nintendo was owning anything back in the 90s. After that,
I bought Nintendo with it because he said Xbox went a different way. Nintendo's gone a different way. I do agree with him.
Xbox is going a different way because they're putting their own exclusives on PC as timed exclusives.
Yeah,
like what kind of shit is that, bro? Let's talk about that. I mean, Gears of War, an established billion-dollar franchise that started on console,
is on PC first.
He has a timed exclusive, bro.
Hey,
that's their direction.
One at a time.
Saltius, I'm gonna hit you a nice nugget here.
All right, what's up?
Gears Tactics will sell fuck all on the Xbox or the PlayStation. That demographic who likes Gears Tactics will sell the most on PC. That's
You
just
sound like
Yeah,
a, you
day
sound like
and
a,
date.
you sound like a stockholder, bro. I want you to talk to me.
I'm talking to you
I want
as a
you to
guy
talk
who
to me.
play these games.
I want you to talk to me as
Okay.
an Xbox gamer, not a
Okay,
PC gamer.
okay,
Which
I
one
wanna-
are you? Which
I'm
one are
both.
you?
I'm both.
Okay,
Well,
so
yeah,
if you didn't have a PC, right, and I told you as a console gamer, an Xbox console gamer, that one of your pillar franchises, one of the $1 billion franchises, is going to be releasing on a system you don't own, essentially, because you don't have a PC, and you're going to have to wait an untold amount of time to play that shit and potentially get it spoiled on social media. How would you feel as a consumer of that product?
Now you will feel pissed. I do agree with both on that one.
As this is a spin-off game, I really don't care.
It doesn't
don't
matter. They're
care.
still using the brand and the name of
You
Gears
don't
of War,
care.
and it's
I
come on.
don't-
You know
I
that's
could wait
fucked up,
for a
that
game.
singer.
I could
You know.
no, I could wait for a game like that.
See, that's
You just told
always
me you
the
love those
that's,
type of
that's,
games.
That's all the response, right? I don't care about this game. I have a PC. I can wait for it. I hear it all. Like the facts, where the facts, we draw the line here is you're being treated like a second-class citizen on Xbox
Facts.
because they're catering to PC and PC Game Pass. They want to sell that product, just like you were saying when you're speaking your business talk. You sounded like a shareholder there. It's going to sell on PC, so that's why they're targeting that audience, because Halo Wars 2 sold like dog shit on the console, so they're trying to spin it a different way. But the fact is, they're saying play where you want, when you want, no limits, blah blah blah. But when the rubber hits the road, it's a different story because they're closing consumers off from a product, their own product. So that's the problem. PC gamers get free shit. They get free online. They get timed exclusives. They get games that you can't play on Xbox Game Pass. That's the issue here, because if you're saying we're closing off all barriers for gamers and then you do another thing, that's the issue I have, because it's like Xbox started as a console, not a PC. I understand they want to target billions of gamers, but that's their direction, man. I get it, man. You're trying to make more money, but
targeting billions, you know how much they have to push out in order to get to that billion? You know how
the
much
Xbox brand, man. They just
And I'm
slapping
sorry.
the Xbox brand, bro.
I'm sorry to say this, right? If anybody thinks that the acclamation of a brand is greater than anything else, they have not been gaming long enough. I have seen the fall of the Jaguar Atari 32X. I have seen the fall of IBM. All right, I have seen so many different things throughout my years as a person, as a person that
Dreamcast.
likes tech. The Dreamcast. I've seen so many systems, right, push that narrative. Oh, we want to reach billions, but quintessentially, what really boils down to is the actual content behind that power. And quite frankly, the Xbox has a decent library with content to actually push the consoles. The problem is that the way things are being done right now is hindering that engagement, because they're not delivering on that front. They're not delivering that experience that console gamers want, because
That's a huge
simply,
bitch.
just how Salty stated, they're transitioning to a more open platform where there are a lot of more users. Yes, PC has a lot of more users. That is understandable, but at the same time, you're kind of like shunning people out from your product by telling them, "Hey, go fuck yourself off." Since we're going to PC, you
And
might
it's
as well
only
go.
because they're in second place. Like I
Third
said.
place.
It is okay. It will come to the Xbox, and it is bad they did release it day and date with the Xbox, but it's understandable why they didn't, because of the demographic of the game.
Yeah, I
No,
agree with
it
that.
don't
I mean,
matter,
I
man.
agree 100%. It's just that Sony, look, Nintendo has been out for less than 35 months, and they have already surpassed. So with a basic thing of here are exclusive titles, you need to buy our system to come play these games. Microsoft did not. They tried it at the beginning of this generation, but people didn't buy it. People didn't want the console. So
Like that,
they switched.
Craig.
They switched.
Hold on,
It
Craig.
was fine. It
That's
makes sense.
Craig. That's a great point, because Nintendo, with their weaker console, with all that they stick to their guns. They're saying, look, we know if we have exclusive, people are going to buy our product regardless. And that's what Microsoft don't understand. Like, if you put out quality exclusive, people are going to buy the box.
Well, Microsoft did
I
that.
fucking promise you they'll buy it.
But people didn't buy the box. It was too
They didn't buy the
expensive.
box because they started off, they shot themselves in the foot. They told people that if you're in the submarine, go buy a 360. They just everything about it.
Listen, that Xbox One reveal back in 2013, I was like, really? Are we looking at a fucking cable camera right now?
Yeah.
No,
That really
I want to go
blew me
there.
away from that.
I want to go there. Like, that was different leadership. I will admit that.
Yeah, but I understand.
But
what
I
you're
hope
saying,
things
but the
have
reason
changed
Xbox
for
changed
them
was
with-
because
yeah.
they didn't move in no physical units. That's
Hopefully
it.
they
So
changed.
Xbox
Well,
changed
yeah.
their engagement. The way they
But back to the
I don't
back
wanna
to the
miss
Gears
that.
tactics.
yeah,
one
yeah,
thing-
yeah.
One thing I do have to say, like, take XCOM 2, which is Gears Tactics game.
Yeah.
Guess how many it sold on console the first week of launch?
Not many. Trust me, I know.
It sold 80k. Do you know what it sold on PC week 1 of launch? 500k.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that game. Gears Tactics, the way it's designed, it's not gonna do well on console. So you may as well put it on PC first, because that's where the fan base is gonna gather.
Yeah, but why first? That's the problem.
No,
because
because
that's
the
market.
RTS. Yeah, the RTS.
The turn-based strategy is more geared towards PC games.
And there's no-
Okay, but why not release them day and day? What's the difference? Put them out at the same time. Like, what? Why
I
are you
get
gonna
what
do?
you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh yeah, they're being treated like a second-class citizen. They the bottom bitch.
That's my point. But okay,
for whatever reason, they must have a reason why they didn't. There must be a reason. They just haven't
When is
said.
it coming? Dustin, when is it coming?
It's supposed to be this year, according to everyone.
Well, that's
who-
fine, but I'm looking at the release date of Gears Tactics is next week after next. So, but when is it coming to Xbox?
When it's later this year, probably
Later this
September.
year? All right,
Probably
so
around
it may have 6 months. See, May, June, July, August, September, 5 to 6 months exclusivity on PC. That is a slap in the face. If it was 30 days, I can roll with it. But yeah, but I understand what you're saying because I play on PC as
Wait,
well.
it's undetermined?
So you're right.
Damn.
The people who are going to buy this game are going to buy it on PC. I agree.
Yeah, because the installment base for RTS games are solely on.
Yeah,
That's
I agree.
quintessentially
You're right.
the hit on the button. But at the same time, I understand the perspective from Salty and both Blaze. Why release a game on an apparent platform that everybody does not have, but you still have this fan base of people that are still supporting your product, and you're not providing that content for them? Both have valid points, but at the same time, you have to understand, right? This is Microsoft we're talking about. Microsoft has been known to do how many fuck-ups and then retrace back to another fuck-up? Perfect example, the Zune MP3 player. Great fucking piece of hardware. Shitty-ass content and interface. It's just what it is. Like, Microsoft has to find a definitive, footholding to where they can say, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do it for odd reasons. Not just say, oh, yeah, we're going to do this because, the fan base is here and their engagement from these, from this installment base. So, yeah, we'll do it here. But then, at the same time, you console owners, you can go, skedaddle somewhere else and play the other bullshit that you have.
Well, but they have. What they're doing, I think, is fine. It makes sense to keep that console afloat. But yeah, it sucks that they're treating the Xbox gamer, the person that just went to the store, wherever, Target, Walmart, ordered it off of the Xbox website. Yeah, they're treating them like second-class citizens. I mean, that would make me mad if that's the only thing I had. But I can play the game in a couple weeks on PC, so I'm fine.
Then again, there's distinct differences, because if you look at console Game Pass versus PC Game Pass, the difference is, like, you look at the two Game Passes, the console Game Pass completely destroys PC Game Pass.
It does. I agree.
It gets tons of games, all the Yakuzas, the Final Fantasies, all that's going into there. Most of that won't make its way to PC. They'll be in console Game Pass only.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
I have Final Fantasy. I have Final Fantasy on the Windows platform. I do have Yakuza 0 on the Windows platform because I have the Ultimate Game Pass for both console and PC. And quite frankly, I've been using more PC than my console, just because I get a better gaming experience visually, and it's more comfortable for me. I sit
It's
at my
not even
desk.
that, Carlos. Like all those games on Game Pass on the Xbox, I've played them, dude. I've played. They're all old. That like, no offense, I've played. I own all those games.
They're
When
old.
they
I
come
know.
to PC, when these games like Surge 2 came to the Xbox Game Pass, that was
Mhm.
awesome. That was a game that I waited. I didn't buy it. I'm like, wow, perfect. And when it comes to PC, it's different, man, because you can tweak these settings, man. It's just different. When these games come to PC, it's more value because it's like, wow, like
You have
finally,
freedom to make it
You
better.
get to see
to
a
do
good,
whatever you
you
want.
get to see a good port. Trust me, I
Right.
know, bro. Trust me. I got the Angel of Darkness Tomb Raider, right? Old ass fucking game. I bought it on Steam for like about $3 a couple of years, and I played it on 1440p, bro. And it's like, damn. When I played this on the PS2, I was like, damn, this looks fucking great. When I played it on PC, I'm like, wow, I could see these little details. Now I can actually view the game in a different perspective. But quintessentially, the game is still the same. You still have to do the same missions. You still have to do the same things. It's just the visual aspect of the game is more, more stunning for you.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, good point. Show us fire. First of all, you guys are on fire. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button. Anybody else? Anything else you want to add to this before I move on to this other part? No.
I'm
No?
good.
You want to add anything? Okay. Crisis Remastered was leaked. Coming to PS4.
Here we
They're
go.
talking ray tracing and enhanced visuals.
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, first of all, that game, if they get that game to run on the Switch, dude, that first of all, let me say this about Crysis, man. That game is the most impressive game I've ever played in my life. That game, you want to talk about pushing the envelope. When that game dropped, there was no game like it. Okay? What you could do, they dropped you in that world, in that first open area, and you can shoot down trees with your gun. Dude, you can shoot down trees with individual bullets. Cut it down like a pair of scissors. It was so incredible. It melted PCs. Still, to this day, when you hear, can it run Crysis? Yeah, that's a dope PC, but can it run Crysis? Because the game was so demanding. It was so... These developers made a game that was so far ahead, and it was so demanding that it was driving people. It just took over the world, dude. Crysis inspired so many other open world shooters, and not to mention CryEngine, which is the engine they use, is the most. You see me. I play all the Sniper Ghost Warriors.
Yep.
I play. Rise used it. They Hunt Showdown. I love CryEngine because it's so beautiful. The water, everything about it. Crysis is an absolute stud. It's honestly, it's the game of the generation when it came out. It's like top tier shit, man.
Nah, it is. It is.
You're right about that. I agree.
I cannot say anything else. The requirements for that game back in 2007 was fucking crazy. Like, you needed to have a $2,500 spec PC to even run it at medium settings.
Yeah, I do remember that was being talked about.
That game itself, I love what Crytek does with certain titles, especially Far Cry. Far Cry was one of those games that it pushed the envelope too, and paved the way for games like Crysis as well. So, hey, I cannot wait. I've been playing Crysis, the whole collection, via EA Games Origins on my PC, and I cannot wait till I play another reimagined Crysis. I'm hoping that they make this much more better than the first one, and just push that envelope a little bit more upper than last time.
You already know where I'm going to be. I'm looking at the Digital Foundry analysis. See that frame rate? That's what I'll be looking at.
Well, they said it's a remaster, so I'm just assuming it's the original, just updated, which is fine. Because the first Crysis was a good game. Think you can't get around that.
Bro, do you see how that game is beautiful still? Like, go play it. Go play it.
Yeah, I have. I played
crazy.
Crysis. If you haven't played Crysis, you need to go play Crysis.
Yeah.
But then, and Crysis 2 was alright. Crysis 3 was good. But then, I'm wondering how it's going to perform on the Switch. That's the big one.
Is that really a question?
Because when
Come
I
on,
s-
Jeff Singer. Come on. It's not even a
No,
I mean, it's gonna be 720p 60,
Gonna be
bro.
below
Like, let's just be.
720p.
it's gonna be
Listen,
No,
340.
it's not.
Let's go blind.
It's
No,
gonna
it's
be
not gonna
340.
It'll probably be like 540. It'll probably be 540p.
Bro, it'll be 380/30.
Must say it's
You
like
guys
380.
crazy? I'm not even
Yeah,
joking. I'm not even joking, bro.
Y'all undermining
you're
it
right.
too much, man. Y'all undermining.
Bro, are you guys bugging, bro? That game is not running 60 FPS.
There's
It's
no
not.
way that's what
Yeah, it's not. No way.
30.
All right,
They couldn't even
720p
get Doom
30.
to run at 60. You think they're gonna get Crisis to run at 60?
Well, no, look, they got the Xbox X. It ought to run at 60 frames a second because that's the world's most powerful console. That's
Oh,
the one
God.
that didn't. Well, they told me the beast was coming and people should be afraid. And I don't know what they're afraid of. They actually had to compromise the console to get it to run 60 for Resident
I mean,
Evil.
look at The Witcher 3 on the Switch.
Nah, that shit looks horrible.
Now picture Crisis on the Switch.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
That shit looks horrible.
But the Switch is not made for third-party games. They made that for first-party out, but the first-party games look really good.
I mean, the first party games are always gonna look good. They have the proper assets to run on their, on their console. But when it comes to the third party stuff,
Yeah, they
we
didn't
can
make
say-
it for third party, which is fine. I mean, they really didn't make it for third party. They're like, well, you can put it on there, but that's not what they're about.
Yeah, I
Just
don't-
the
I
fact
don't
that they
think-
put Witcher on there after people mocked the Switch, said it wasn't powerful enough, and Nintendo didn't get it, and here it is. I mean, it's they whipping everybody, So the hell with what everybody thought. Since you have good content, people will come. But yeah, you're right about Crysis. Back to Crysis, the ray tracing on there. I thought that was hilarious. It will be software based, and yeah.
Speaking of that, Animal Crossing is running at 30 FPS, and you think Crisis is gonna run at 60? Come on, bro.
I don't know.
Hey, a man can dream, man. A man can dream.
60 on the X. I'm saying it should run 60 on the X. It's got 16 flops and all that kind of stuff. So,
How that shit go?
This thing,
Cocaine's a hell of
Crisis
a
is-
drug.
this isn't going to be 60 FPS on the current consoles. Neither of them.
Well, it better be because that's why people. The X.
No, and it's not going to be on any. The CPU is just no. There's no possible way.
Well,
Shit, I don't know. Nintendo.
That CPU is
Nintendo with
no.
these damn ports.
The GPU of the One X maybe, but the CPU no.
Yeah, that shit no.
Yo,
So,
y'all guys
you wanna
got
add
me
anything
so
to it, bro?
I might just play some Crisis tonight. Fuck it.
Bro,
But
Crisis must have came out when I took a break from gaming or something, because I never played that game, man. Call me a
Oh,
fraud, but I never
I
played it,
like
dude.
You gotta
Salty.
try it out.
You are a fraud.
Yeah.
So when is this coming out then? They don't have a date? Because I'll cop it. I'll play it.
Bro, just play. If you had a chance, even play. 3 is awesome, 2 is awesome, but
Yeah,
1
I
was
love
just
3. I
so
love
different,
3.
man.
Yeah.
That's just
love
the
three.
one that was
Funny
breaking
noise when
PCs, right?
When you put on like the stealth suit, it made this funny noise, like you were ripping
Yeah.
out, like you were about to put a condom on.
Yep. And the suit will tell you cloaked, engaged.
Yeah, it's fire, bro. Salty, give it a shot. Even play like 3 but definitely play 1. If you want to wait for the remaster, then do it. But I'm telling you, man, you can get them dirt cheap right now too.
It's
They're
on
beautiful
Steam then,
games.
right? Or
Yeah,
Crisis,
Get it on Steam.
Crisis, yeah.
You could actually play the collection.
Crisis 3 is not on Steam. Crisis
No,
3
I'll
is
just get
not
the
on
first
Steam.
one.
You could play it. You could play Crisis, the whole collection, the entirety of the collection, via PC on EA Origins access, and they
Yeah.
have it.
they got a trial for a cheap bastard like myself for free.
Yep.
They do.
All right.
Yeah, they do. I think they have a 1 month free trial.
Yo, I'm
Oh,
gonna
1
cop
week.
that and play them all. Bang
Yeah,
bang.
bro. Yep, that's how that. You see now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Oh God. Let's see here. So that's all the other ones. Now that's the last topic of the show. Shout out to everybody in the chat. The show is fucking fire. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let's get into this last topic, and this is really not gonna go that far because I mean, common sense should answer this shit, you know. So PS5 limited supply at launch. They're talking 5 to 6 million that Sony's going to be making for the system. And obviously, you already know the situation with COVID-19. They even stressed that the reveal of the DualSense controller, which ironically was revealed 10 minutes before Microsoft's April Inside Xbox event, it was rushed. And developers who are working on this now, they didn't come out and say their names at all, but they did state that they are expecting the system to be around $500 to $550 for the actual unit. That's what they're expecting. My question for you guys is what you guys think on this matter. Obviously, you already know. You guys see this with every console. Every console launches in limited demand or limited supply, especially when it's like a hot product, right? They always do this. But production costs supposedly for the PS5 is super high due to the costly parts. And the reason why they're doing such a limited supply is to obviously not take a huge loss on this for one, but also to, I guess you can say, keep up with a few things. So what you guys think?
I think that's yeah, and I think the analysts, you got to understand, there's people who go low and there's people that come in high. This is a low number. They're basing everything on a choke point of the 5 to 6 million. Is that what you said? It could be as high as 8 million, but it could be as low as 4. So they may be coming, but they're coming in on the low. Sounds about right though. And yeah, if you want one day and date, you gotta get it early.
It's tough to get this thing. 5 to 6 million units.
As soon as the pre-orders go up, your ass better be in line. 1 minute.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to get another one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you really want these consoles, you're gonna have to. As soon as they say pre-order goes up at midnight, 1 minute past midnight, you better have your order checked out.
Yeah, you better be hitting the refresh button, and that's why I think the Lockhart will come out early. I mean, I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping it comes out early. So, but it's fine. I think that's more than enough. For me personally, I wasn't able to get a PlayStation 4 till like April of 2014. That's how long it took the supply to catch up with demand. So yeah, I would look for some big Sony game to come out in April or May of 21, and that's when you'll probably have your most of your supply.
Yeah. So, going back to what was revealed, back how they were doing it, that you would think that they would be aiming for the 400, which is why I think they were. But again, I think the cost of the parts, the SSD they're doing, are just putting are putting those plans on a different perspective. So the max I could see you paying for PS5 probably would be like around 450, maybe.
I'd say 500 for both. They'll both come out at 500. 499.
Well,
yeah,
here's the thing, though.
That's
another thing, too, because they talked about competition between Microsoft, of course, and Sony. And, of course, with them going at each other, back and forth here, that they would eat a loss on this. If it's costing Sony this much to produce PS5, and PS5 is obviously working in Xbox Series X, how much is Series X?
And you have to look at the parts, because if you look at the SSD in the Xbox versus PlayStation, the PlayStation SSD is more advanced, so it's going to cost more. Xbox's SSD is not as advanced, so it's not going to cost as much. So now you have to, what is the pricing of everything inside both consoles? Because if they both come out,
prices go up when parts go up. It's all around when parts go up. Prices, I mean.
I'd imagine they both 499, and then if Sony comes in at 450, I expect Xbox to match it.
So you expect them to take a massive loss for this?
Because if you go back to the Ryan McCaffrey interview, he said we're going to stay agile on the price because they have Satya, the main guy, and they have the chief financial officer clued in. And when he said we'll stay agile on price, that means they're willing to move. If Sony moves to 450, they'll match them.
Well,
they'll go for it.
That sounds good, but it kind of makes me think otherwise. Let me tell you why. There's one elephant in the room. Lockhart's.
Yeah.
But then they can move Lockhart. I'm sure they have a plan if Sony comes in at $450. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. It's what you're thinking. Yeah, no, it's definitely a tough. It's a tough predicament right now. That they
At the moment, they're playing chicken. Who's gonna announce the price
yeah, who's
first?
going to announce it first? Yeah, for sure. Blaze, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
I mean, it don't matter what the price is, man. People are lining up. It's just a fact. Like Xbox, like you don't need to go rush out and pre-order an Xbox. There's gonna be plenty available. You can find them everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
You know, because Xbox is trash. No, I'm just playing, but you know, look, $450. I don't know, man. I would like them to drop at $400. That's what everybody wants. That's the sweet spot. But we know these consoles got a little more juice in them this time. So, you know, if it dropped at $450, I can't see Xbox. I can see him taking a cut, but I can't see him taking we'll match Sony price for price. Like, you know, it's just if they did that, that's going to be big for Xbox because hey, look, we're matching we're matching the PS5 price, dude. We got a more powerful console.
Yeah,
what's
the
up?
battle of the game
You know what I mean?
really begin.
Now, I'm gonna chime in a little bit, right? All right, we're talking about price point per console, right? But we're also forgetting about peripheral attachments. Henceforth, that SSD drive that is detachable and is a second party thing for the Xbox. That 1 terabyte.
Mm-hmm. Those are
that thing's proprietary.
Yeah,
not a second.
Proprietary. My bad. Proprietary.
Yeah.
Now, if you're paying let's say $450 for the Series X, right? Just being hypothetical, $450, right? And then to get that proprietary second hard drive, and they're charging you another $55 to even $60, right? How much is the total cost for the Series X right there in total? See, these are the things that people got to really take into consideration. Sony, on the other hand, you have second-hand market-based SSDs that you can use that are actually cheaper to buy than that Xbox Series X proprietary.
Well, they
SSD
partnered with what's that party? Seagate. Seagate's known for being super cheap and offering you good storage. But
and you also have to remember with the PS5 SSD, they said only they'll give you a list of which ones will work and won't because the speeds that SSD is working at, most of the PC SSDs that you can buy won't work. They're not fast enough.
Yeah, some have heat sinks, basically.
But
at least there's options, you know. There's gonna be
options, but
then
the price point.
You spend more on, let's say, the proprietary SSD, but then on the Sony side, you have, let's say, you know about Game Pass. You don't have to buy games. You could just walk out with some Game Pass and you're done. Sony, you have to buy your games. That adds on the price. Then, on top of that, if you're into VR, how much is the PSVR version 2 going to cost?
Wait. That Game Pass, what do you think? Like, so, what? So you're buying a next-gen console to play Xbox One games?
Well, no, because all the latest games will be out on Game Pass. All future games are coming to Game Pass.
All exclusives?
But the thing is,
they did say everything.
All exclusives.
No, they're gonna be there.
Okay, but what about third party, bro?
No, hold on, Blaze. But they're gonna be at a discounted price. So even the next gen games that are coming to Game Pass, they're not gonna be entirely free. They're not gonna cost the full price. They're gonna cost within $45, maybe $49.99 or stuff. You still have to shell out some type of money to pay for the games. So when we're talking about price point per console and how the content with it goes along, the PS5 is still going to be $50 to even $100 cheaper than the Series X.
Well, it's not though, because if you're someone into VR, how much is the PSVR 2 going to cost?
But the PSVR hasn't been announced, so why are you adding that in when projected announced?
It will be announced, but then even if you only get on Sony, you have to buy the first-party games and the third-party games. On Xbox, if you're in the know, like us hardcore gamers, you could go in and buy your third-party games. You ain't got to worry about first-party games if you're into digital. Because you got Game Pass. I got Game Pass.
But you still got to pay for the discounted game prices, bro.
Well, no, you just download everything through Game. You pay Game Pass. You pay for the Game Pass, and then you just download the games to your box.
But you still have to pay the discounted price for the games, regardless if you have Game Pass. That is a known thing, bro. Like that right there
That
nullifies the situation. That nullifies the situation.
If you want to own the game. That's only if you want to own the game. If you don't care about owning the game, you could just download and play it.
But not all the titles are going to be...
All first-party games are going to be... You can play them through Game Pass. You don't need to buy the game. That's the way Game Pass works.
I don't know, bro, because I've been using Game Pass, and there's certain titles, even on the Xbox Game Pass catalog, that you have to pay, and they're first-party titles. And at a discounted price.
What do you have to pay? You don't have to pay. That's factually not true.
Bro, you want me to pull up a screenshot right now, man? You want me to pull up a screenshot, bro? Like I got the Ultimate Games Pass for both the PC and console. There are certain titles on Games Pass that you have to pay at a discounted price in order to own them.
Yeah, in order to own them.
So, yeah, but you're saying that you're gonna get your first day, you're gonna get the, and you're not gonna have to pay for the game. How does that make any logical sense? You still have to pay for the game, regardless.
You pay to own the game. Don't pay to stream and download the game. You don't. I could go out, download now for free on my PC Forza Horizon 4. Just hit the install, and then immediately play the game. No charge to me.
You already have it on your library. For those who don't have it on their library,
all the games are in Game Pass. So when a new person picks up Game Pass, every single Microsoft first-party game from now, when they announced it, in the future, will be on Game Pass. So you get Game Pass, you hit install, download the game, play. If you want to own the game...
You have a 41 million install base, right? 41 million. Now, let's say that 41 million install base buys the Series X, right? They buy it. Yes, that works for them. But for the newer generation, the newer people that are getting into the ecosystem, they're going to still have to shell out money regardless if it's not discounted or if it's accessible. It's still the same thing.
All you have to do is buy Game Pass. You pay the $15 a month, and you get all the games in Game Pass.
Bro, you still have to pay for first-party titles. You
have to pay to own. You don't have to pay to play.
But you still have to pay to play them.
Yeah, but you only have to pay $15 a month.
Oh, so wait a minute. You're literally proving that people aren't buying games.
Oh my god.
Well, that's the point of Game Pass.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Did no one pay attention when they announced Game Pass?
No, I understand what it is. I love it. I'm cheap as hell. So I like Game Pass. So, but the fact is they're not selling a lot of software over there. Therefore, they have a service that you just rent. That's fine.
And they would prefer you to get the. Yeah, they'd prefer you to get the service.
I agree with you, bro. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, hey, I'm cheap as hell. So the more, the merrier. So
the Xbox would prefer you to play on Game Pass. And that's what they want to do. They want to get you in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Look, I think there's some confusion on game. Like, you guys, I think we're kind of both. Well, Destiny, you're absolutely right, 100%. But I think Carlos was talking about something else. Like, he means like if you want to, if you buy the new Series X and you want to own the game, it's at a discounted price. You still got to pay for it. But how Game Pass works is, you just download Game Pass, download the game you want to play, and play it. Don't matter what. You don't have to pay for anything other than Game Pass. Now, if you want to own that game forever, then yeah, you pay for it. You know, at a discounted price, like Carlos said. But I mean, dude, at the end of the day, people are still gonna buy Xbox Live. You know, there's very few people that are not gonna buy Xbox Live because you want to play some of these games, multiplayer games. You still need Xbox Live, regardless. Dude, Destiny, you still need Xbox Live to play free-to-play games. Do you understand that?
That's where Game Pass Ultimate came in because Xbox Live Gold is included.
Stop! Why are you saying Ultimate? What about the Xbox guys? I'm not talking about PC and Xbox. I'm saying guys that just own an Xbox. Why the fuck do they need to buy Ultimate when they don't have a PC?
Oh shit!
Bro, hold on, Dustin. Why are they charging people to play why are they charging you to play Fortnite, bro?
Yes.
Nintendo don't, PC don't, PlayStation don't, just Xbox. You need gold to play.
That's whatever they're doing. But on the point of Game Pass, Game Pass Ultimate includes Game Pass for console.
Damn, Death Singer's
Game Pass
the
for
best
PC.
politician I've ever heard, dude.
No, it's just people. It's actually kind of annoying because people have this narrative that's complete bullshit. And
I'll tell you, from old Xbot that converted, you know what I'm saying, that saw the light. Here's the deal.
Light.
They got you guys all blinded, right? This Game Pass Ultimate bullshit. They say it's Ultimate because you're getting PC Game Pass in there, which a lot of people don't even have PCs, and they're charging you for online, quote unquote, for the stability and the security. Yet Xbox Live's going down every 5 seconds, goes down more than Kim Kardashian on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always going down. So they're charging you for that, and then they supposedly you're getting these good games every month, which are garbage every month. So then that's the ultimate nature of the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, but really they're just charging you extra money and putting a cherry on top of a shit Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
And
so
that's my whole point.
Understand,
That's my whole point. Regardless of how they advertise the service, you're still gonna come out your pocket to pay for games, regardless if it's $15, regardless if it's discounted, regardless of how it is. The Xbox Series X, quote unquote, is a premium console. Not a standardized console, is a premium console, so you're gonna pay premium price. Like look at the words that are being utilized instead of thinking, oh, everybody's gonna be able to match the price for. They're not gonna match the price because it's still gonna be more expensive to own a Series X over the PS5, and that is economically concise with what 2014 with the release of the PS4 and Xbox One.
What I've learned from Xbox hardcore people is the only way to be a complete Xbox gamer is you gotta own a fucking PC. If you don't, you're not complete, because you gotta own a PC to play some titles like Gears Tactics, and you gotta have a PC to get the value out of Xbox Game Pass.
My God, I got it.
So if you don't have a PC, dude, you're not a complete Xbox gamer, man.
Well, if we're talking about PC, to be fair, PC is the ultimate gaming platform. If PlayStation games were coming to PC, everyone would be playing PC. So PC.
But I've learned. So if you're an Xbox gamer, you're not just a console gamer. To be complete, you have to have a PC. So if you don't have a PC out there, if you don't have a PC
quintessentially, that's the whole narrative behind Games Pass Ultimate. Is for you to be drawn into both platforms and for you to own both platforms so that you can utilize their services, and therefore it translates into a transaction payment for their ecosystem, which is utter garbage because sometimes even services do not engage or yield higher profit. It really doesn't. So therefore this whole thing that the convenience of Game Pass, it's not going to be a console seller, bro. That's just a fact.
The games are going to sell the console, but the games being in Game Pass is an added benefit.
That'll help because they can keep the price down at the initial launch. It's like, well, you don't have to buy the game; you can just get it on Game Pass. That, in theory, I understand. I mean, I get what they're doing. Look, they got kicked in their balls this generation on sale, so they moved to a Netflix type model. That people keep saying, Netflix has a ton of money. Netflix has more money than Disney cash right now because of the pandemic. So I like what Xbox is doing. Just give me that Lockhart 1440p 60 high settings so I can go ahead and play Mass Effect, and I'll be happy. That's all I do. That's all they got to do.
Why are you talking about Trash Effect? It's a new console. You don't want to play that new. You know what I mean? Play some new shit, bro.
What trash? I have nothing else I want to play.
No, that's what I want to play. Look, all I want Xbox to do, Xbox as a console game maker, is to make banging ass fucking rated titles that'll entice me to buy their console.
Okay, but that's not happening.
I know that's just me. That's just me. I'm just speaking for myself. But I know the conception.
Actually, Craig, to say that never happened, you might want to retract that statement because you may find at the end of the year, you may have people pulling up on. So you
Well,
might want to
what,
retreat.
you talking about Halo? Talking about Halo Infinite?
No, you're saying they're never gonna have any of those games again.
We're not going to have that initial wow moment like we did with when they
I'm just saying, be careful with your words, because you know people screenshot and record shit.
Well, that's fine. They can come over to my podcast and I will bust their cheeks in front of the world, but they're afraid to.
Well, for me, the thing is this, right? There's a lot of things that are being said, and there's a lot of misconception, and people are putting their 2 cents on everything. But the actual facts are right there. The Xbox has had a lackluster titleless 4 years, okay? 4 years. 4 years without good fucking games. And now all of a sudden with 15 studio acquisitions, you guys are expecting all the bells and trinkles and whistles to come in and say, "Oh, we're back on it, bro." That doesn't work like that.
I don't expect that.
All you've got to say is wait and see. See what they show.
But we've been waiting and seeing since 2015, bro.
I mean, they have released 1 or 2 good games since 2015.
They have. Yeah, Gears was fun. They gave me a gun.
I mean, look, they dropped RE2, Forza Horizon 4, good games. Mm-hmm. So, we'll see.
He's got a point. Wait to see. There's 2 events.
No, what do you mean? Wait to see. Wait to see what? You guys repeat the same fucking titles over and over again, bro?
No, I mean we gotta wait to see what these. No. Listen, we got Grounded coming out. I mean, don't you
Grounded? That looks like I can make that in dreams in an hour. Right. Listen to me,
dude. It's in 4K. They got a 4K ant with hair. I mean,
look. Until Microsoft can release a successful, great, memorable new IP. That's it. Until they can do that,
shit, bro.
Blake, they can't. Game. But tell them about that Dolphin game. It got ray tracing on that Dolphin belt. Dude, I mean, that Xbox Series X is the only console that's going to be able to do that.
That singer, I can name you a bunch of new IPs that were successful from PlayStation. Can you name me one, please?
Damn, Death Singer fight for his life.
No, I'm just saying. Name me one new IP from Xbox.
It's not really one you'd class as successful. I mean, you Sea of Thieves is 10 million plus players. I mean, there's that.
God. There you go with that 10 million.
Sea of Thieves is a fucking filler game title with swashbuckling fucking pirates and bland shit, bro. Sea of Thieves is not a great. It's not a fucking memorable game. Yes, you have a big fan base of fucking pirate wannabes that will defend the shit out that game, but based down on what the fuck it is, Sea of Thieves is a crappy ass game.
Dude, it's in 4K though.
I don't give a fuck about 4K, bro. I care about substance. What the fuck the game?
Hey, at least you have realistic bananas for health. Stop.
Wait, but all that. But then again, the game might not be for you, but it's for someone else. It's like not every game is designed for everyone.
I'm looking forward to Skulls and Bones more than what I did for Sea of Thieves.
What happened to that game?
I'm looking forward to that.
Skulls and Bones.
Skulls and Bones. Which we haven't heard shit from Skull and Bones.
It's not coming out. Skull and Bones is not coming out.
It's not coming out now? They canceled?
What about that water?
It's in the trash bin, bro.
They canceled it?
Salty. What about that water don't see your feet?
The water tech, bro.
Oh,
it's funny
that they scrapped.
Skull and Bones. If you're expecting major titles to come out of Microsoft, I'm not. I mean, we're never going to get another Mass Effect, another Gears mode. We're not getting those. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's going to be AA games. This is what Matt Shape, not Smack.
AA games and AA batteries. Goddamn.
AA games. That's fine. Okay, tell you what we'll do. After the May event and the June event, we will revisit this. And if I'm correct, I want you to come on the podcast, Craig, and apologize to me publicly. Okay, cool.
Oh, shit. He said, "Kiss my boot." After
you said they're only gonna have AA games, so I'm taking your word.
That.
No, you just said that. You reiterated it.
That.
Yeah, and then you reiterated they'll never have a big game. Yeah, you just said they'll never have a big game again.
Yeah, they won't.
Okay. When the June and the May event finishes, we'll revisit this conversation.
New IP.
And then we'll discuss.
What we're talking about.
Yo, the singer.
Fable's not a new IP, and
no. Salty. Let me get on this a little bit. Okay, the singer. Since you're so sure, hell-bent sure on this whole situation, right? Do you have any type of proof or statement from any said, I don't know, person that works in Xbox that is confirming that next month event will have anything substantially better?
That singer is going off what he knows. I'm talking about something new, man. That sticks.
Something tangibly new.
Listen, I wanted a Fable. I wanted a Fable since 360. I wanted a Fable game since 360. Okay. That game that they had. What was that game that Phil Spencer canned for fucking Sea of Thieves? What was the name of that?
Scalebound.
Scalebound. Yes. That was a great fucking IP that they could have actually brought out to the masses, but instead we got fucking 4K pigs, water, and filler base missions.
Well, hang on, Carlos, because there's a lot of background shit that goes along with that game. That game is not cut and dry. Oh, they just shut. No. There's a ton of murky grey areas with how Scalebound went down. There's loads of shit talk in either side, and the whole thing is messy. It didn't come out because of issues.
Well, yeah, it didn't come out. I mean, does it matter? Pissed in the other one's Cheerios. The game's not here.
And we don't know just by looking at that it was going to be a game.
It was the concept of Scalebound. I actually looked forward to that game.
Was dope, yeah. Concept was dope, but the execution. I mean, the people who were at E3 when they showed off Scalebound, they said, really, it looked garbage. Like the frame rate, the frame rate was horrible.
It wasn't ready. I mean, Microsoft.
I'll tell you now, this is a fire debate you guys just did. Good shit. That's all I gotta say.
Y'all
funny as hell. Y'all funny.
Scalebound was not ready for prime time, and Microsoft was pushing that studio to do more. And they were like, no.
That shit was like,
my thing about Xbox. My thing about Xbox is they rely, just like Nintendo, they rely on their bread and butter way too much, dude. That's okay to bring out games that people love. You don't gotta kill them. You don't gotta kill them off. I'm saying
saturate us with the same.
But dude, can we have some? Oh, every time I say that, the argument, dude, Forza Horizon, Halo, bro. How about something? Can you give me a new IP that was great? That's all I'm saying. I like Halo. I love Forza. I love Forza Horizon. I'm not saying I love Gears, like, but bro, give me a new IP. Give me something different, Microsoft.
Then again, Blaze, if the rumors are correct, Obsidian's going to be showing off their brand new IP. So I mean, if they do show it, there's your brand new IP, and it's Obsidian.
Don't hold your breath, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Hey man, I trust Obsidian. I trust
the slogan. The slogan that Phil Spencer lives off of.
Bro, the last good game by Obsidian was fucking Fallout New Vegas, bro.
No, it wasn't. Pillars of Eternity. Get off it. No, nowhere near.
Pillars was okay, but
no, Pillars was amazing. No, and if you never played Pillars, you just don't know how fire that story was. So I mean,
yeah.
Well, let me go ahead and reel it in. Let me read these super chats.
The Outer Worlds was great too.
This is a good ass one.
And you also have to remember, Obsidian's made every single game.
A nice multi-plat
on a shoestring budget. Every game.
Right? Okay, but that's a third-party developer that Microsoft bought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
whatever.
And then, so we will see what their new IP is.
Okay.
Hey, Microsoft doesn't make new IP, so don't hold your breath. Everything they have or had has been acquired. Halo was acquired. Gears was acquired. Anything else that's coming out, Fable is going to be an older IP. The new IPs just don't exist on this platform.
Well, I mean,
AAA ones.
You know, let me ask you a question, Dusher. Did you play Hellblade on the original Hellblade?
On Xbox? Yeah, I played it on Xbox.
The original Hellblade. Did you play it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It was a dope game.
Yeah.
Dope game.
Now, you know what's getting on my nerves when I hear people mention Hellblade? When I ask that question, hey, did you play Hellblade, you know, the first one?
Yeah.
And all you hear is...
crickets.
I mean, like, the first Hellblade is dope, especially with the way they had the sound done with the voices in your head.
Bro, but everybody was saying the game was that game's a walking simulator. I remember all you talking shit because it was a Sony.
I wasn't talking shit about it.
Sony game.
No, don't bring that on me. Don't bring that on me.
I'm not saying you, but that singer, you can't tell me that the Xbox, that timed exclusive, that thing's trash because it was just because it had something to do with Sony. People were hating on it. Now that it's yours, oh my god, man.
Hey, wait! Not even that. What about Yakuza? Oh, that's just a jab
crap. Yep.
It's a jab crap game.
Well, we can go all day. We can go all day reliving that, but I'm not even going to that. Let me go ahead and read these and shut this down. Shout out to El Matador 809 for the $2 super chat. He says, "Phil, Xbox saved Xbox. Stop the insults." Spartan God.
Listen, the only thing that Phil has managed him out of the fucking Game Pass. That's it. He hasn't done shit.
I agree. They had to save that whole model, man. You got to understand, they were about to shut down Xbox. They were, what's that guy's name? Satya Nadella. And said, why the hell are we in the console business?
Satya was like, listen, my friend, if you don't provide me assets to fund this fucking heap of a burning company, you better think of something quick. Oh, no worries, bro. I got the perfect solution.
Netflix.
It's the Netflix of gaming services, and we'll call it Games Pass.
Actually, Carlos, I have to hang on. That came from Satya because Satya is a service-based guy. He wants everything to be a service. He made Microsoft Office a service. He made everything that Microsoft now has is a service because of Satya. Satya is responsible for Game Pass.
Oh, okay, you know absolutely nothing about Microsoft.
So now you just took away Phil's only good thing, man. Congrats.
No, he doesn't know anything about Microsoft. He doesn't know how it got established, what they did at the beginning. They've always been service-based. Always. Mm-hmm. Since they walked into IBM with MS-DOS and they sold it to IBM, they also retained the rights to service other companies.
Not only that, they started
1972, baby. They're going to cape for them. At least know their history. They've always been serving.
That's
they
why
started
they started
Xbox Live Gold. Come on, get out of here.
Well, I'm just saying they're a service-based company. It's okay. I mean,
yeah, they are
too. But yeah, you guys cape for Xbox and Microsoft. You don't know the history of the company.
They know the history of Microsoft. It's the same way people say Microsoft is getting into gaming and they're just full of shit talking out their ass. But apparently they have, sources. I mean, it's the same shit. People talk shit either side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did they not stop the Xbox division?
I've seen plenty of videos.
They're targeting the billions of gamers with Candy Crush. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the next wave of gaming.
Yeah, that's the next wave of gaming. Yeah, especially everybody in the house now. They're playing Candy Crush and what's that name of that games like Tetris and stuff like that.
You know the name. Look at you.
Wait.
I don't remember, man.
It's Tetris.
Man.
AA games and AA batteries, bro. That's the quote of the night. AA games and AA batteries, bro.
Yeah, and that's divine. They're going to be AA, which is fine for Game Pass, which I got no problem with. So I just can't believe they're going to.
Nah, bro. I don't got no problems with it. My when people blindly defend the situation just to acclimate their presence, that's when you know that person is just a X. That's all to it. End of the day, Microsoft. Well, not Microsoft, because Microsoft is the company. The Xbox brand is a former shell of itself from 2001. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. That is true. I mean, that is true.
That is true.
Let me read the rest of these and shut it down.
Okay.
Spartan guy, $2 shot. He said, "Phil ain't safe. Xbox, Xbox dead like dog." Mega Dave, he said, $2 super chat. He said, "Death Singer, Xbox is trash. It's that simple." El Matador again.
I mean, it's not complete trash, but it's okay. It's okay to be. It's okay.
Xbox is good. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's good. Do it.
El Matador dropped another 5. He says, "Sony won my money because they dedicated hard on their first party and excellent third party support like Persona 5 Neo series, Grand Blue, Relink, etc." That's what he said. Thank you.
Good shit, Matador.
And shout out to Fred Vance. He dropped the $10 super chat. He said, "The drawback to the Xbox Series X is that they are expecting current gen systems to be supported with next gen games."
Oh,
wow.
Interesting.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's all going
That is wow. That was a good one. That caught me over.
But that's
Man,
why
I
I'm trying
could
to
go
tell you
off- I
guys,
could
they're
go
not
off
gonna.
on that one,
They're gonna
too.
go backwards. Like everything's moving backward. You guys just want to stick in the past. Like Microsoft should try. They should try to be getting away from the Xbox One. They want to forget about that shit. That's like a bad nightmare for them, bro. They just want to
But
move.
the thing
forward
is that
quick.
that nightmare has become a constant headache, and it's not gonna go away.
It's not.
Oh,
But you
boy.
guys make fire controllers, Xbox. I'll give you that.
They do.
Yeah,
They
I don't know
make
who-
some
what they were
fire ass
thinking.
themed consoles. They make some fire themed consoles. They
I don't
got
know
some
about-
nice.
Well, after that Cyberpunk one, I would retract.
Oh no,
my
that
statement.
shit is
Cyberpunk
hot
one is
garbage.
The
I'm
controller
sorry.
looks
That's,
dope, but
God.
the damn console design.
Kid
was
Smooth
terrible.
said it looks good, dude. He's lying.
Oh no
Bro,
It looks
way.
okay. It looks
if they
okay, but
would've-
it should have
if
been
they would've
yellow.
that
matched-
shit looks like
yeah,
trash,
if
bro.
they would
Why
have
would you go
matched
with
the
a yellow
same
and
scheme
blue
as
console,
the
with a dope
Oh
red
my
and silver
God.
gunmetal
that
controller.
red and silver should
I
have
don't
been the
get
team
it.
for the fucking console, bro. That red and silver should have been the team. I would have loved to see that in that paint scheme, or at least make the fucking controller the same color as the fucking console, so that I can actually match.
Yeah, it
And
should have
that-
been
That's the
yellow. and
point.
blue.
It's supposed to be a matchy
Silver.
theme, like Gears of War, red controller, red console. This joint,
Hell yeah, that one was
that
fire.
joint said blue, red, orange on the damn console. I look at the controller, it's red and black. Like, who,
Yo,
who
we was-
thought
yo,
that
they
was a
was
smart idea?
Nah,
They was
playing Twister,
Yep.
taking shots at the same time.
Whoever designed that is trolling, dude. I swear
Yeah,
to God.
I swear to God, like yeah, the controller is
People
something
gonna
you want
buy
to look
this
at,
shit?
but the console's an eyesore. Who wants that
Yep.
shit? Come on, man.
Nah,
They
I will
either
not
like,
put
look,
that in
someone's
my
gonna buy
fucking
this
business,
dog
bro.
shit.
I would
fucking
not.
threw
I would
together.
not buy that. Yeah. And that'd be
Nah,
interesting
bro.
if they announce another one at this whatever is going to happen in 4 days with Cyberpunk. So we'll see. But yeah,
So
called-
It
my,
could be
my,
two versions of it.
yeah, it
like
might
Gears.
be 2 versions. Yeah.
my question to you is: they're trying to fire sell out the Xbox One X's. They're like dog shit cheap right now, and then they come out with the first custom console this whole fucking generation, dude. What is going on?
I don't know. A
the
lot
best-
of people think
hands
Microsoft
down,
is
hands down.
buying CD Projekt Red. I keep telling people
Nah,
that's not
that's not
happening at all.
No,
That's
no
not
one's
happening.
buying Project Red.
Yeah,
Yo, the
that's
only
like
thing I
Sony buying Rockstar Games, guys. It's not happening.
The only thing that
Bethesda.
I
That
can
too.
say, right?
There was that too.
The best console themed Xbox One X console was the Gears 5 console. That shit was,
Yeah, that was
beautifully designed.
That I own.
Yeah,
Damn you,
the second
Blaze.
one,
Damn.
excuse me, man, but for third party like multiplat,
Yeah.
this is the first one they put out, and the shit's like $200, and they're fire selling it. If you buy one of these consoles, you need to get slapped, dude. I
No, but
swear,
Salty,
like-
they had a bunch of
even
themed
that
consoles,
purple
but they
one
were
looks
lazily
better than
done.
this.
You know what I mean? It was just like a brown color for Battlefield, like a
yeah,
white.
Yeah.
the half-ass ones, like
Yeah.
it was like a two-tone paint job that
Yeah.
they did in like
I mean,
2
Sony did some
seconds.
half-ass
yeah.
ones too, though, where they just
Yeah,
slapped
they
on,
did.
like a logo.
Oh no,
Remember the
Sony's always
Destiny
been
one?
lazy with themed consoles, bro.
Yeah, they put like a
Sony's always
logo
been
on
lazy.
it.
Oh,
and
what about the Star Wars one with just Darth Vader sticker
it's
splattered
literally
on the
just his stick.
No, but I don't wanna say that
Still better
because-
than this one, dude.
But hold
Yeah.
on, because the Metal Gear Solid one, the Batman one,
Yeah.
Yeah, those were
dude,
fire.
Those are cool.
Those on the
And that
launch-
the Monster Hunter one, that shit
Monster
was
Hunter
fire.
one.
Yeah, Monster.
Yeah,
There are
but
some nice
some of
ones
those
out
were exclusive to Japan, though. Remember, they weren't in the West.
Yeah.
Some of
Yep.
those were exclusive to Japan. So Japan
But
got some of the
that
best stuff.
Batman one, look up
Yeah.
the Batman launch PS4 one. Wow,
That shit was crazy.
Chrome. Should look
I
crazy.
think the anniversary one, the blue see-through transparent console,
Oh yeah,
was the
Oh,
dope.
can't fuck with it.
500 million, the 500 million.
500 million, yeah. That was it.
Yeah,
Yo,
that
that
was
was-
nice. Yeah, can't find that one anymore. Darn
You
it.
damn sure
Oh, you can find it. You can find it. You just,
You
gotta
just gonna
pay
have
up,
to,
yeah.
you got to pay a good penny for that one. But
Oh, darn it.
this is the thing, though, man. Like, I want more better fucking console designs.
Yeah, I just seen it. Blaze got Batman on the top. Yeah, I see it with the
Fire.
cape flapping.
Recently,
yeah, that was
bro.
dope. I like that. Kind of reminds me of the gunmetal PS3.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Well, guys, thank you guys so much. First of all, to the 107 still here, hit that like button, man. This is episode 110. This show was fucking fire. Hope you guys enjoy yourself, have fun at least. Shout out to DevSinger coming through and treading on the dangerous thin ice.
I knew I was getting thrown in the
He
Tony
knew he
then.
did
It's
something.
fine, my guy. I
Don't
knew
worry,
I-
Jeff Singer. We love you, bro. You still with us, man.
I
You
love
still
everyone
getting
in here.
through, bro.
Hope
Even
you
though
had
they're
fun,
all-
though. At least, Des. I thought you were going to have fun.
Oh yeah, it was a great show. Great show.
Definitely, man. Go ahead and shout yourself out, brother. He's our Xbox dude. There you go. He represented Team Green, and he did a fine, good job, I must say. Go ahead.
Well, it's Death Singer. You can find me same name on Twitter, and yeah, you can find me same name on Steam, and yeah.
All right. Our second special guest, host of the Saltiest Gaming Podcast. I'm also a member there. My brother, Saltiest Gaming. What's up, brother?
Hey, Death Singer, hopefully I didn't bust your balls too much. But you guys...
Light work. It was light work.
I give it to him every day in Discord. Don't worry about it.
He's used to it. He deals with us every day.
He's used to it.
Saltiest Gaming 2 words on YouTube. We just had the podcast last night with Rand. Dude's awesome for an Xbox guy. Twitch.tv/Saltiest Gaming. That's it, man.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for coming through. I do appreciate both of you.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and get into the panel. Mr. Carlos Fernandez, this man been missing in action, but he came back. He had free time. Good to see you, brother. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you. Stay in touch.
Sorry for the background noise. The phone is always on play. But hey, I want to give a big shout out to everybody in this panel. Singer, time for me meeting you on a live podcast. Likewise and pleasure. Soltius, you know what it is, bro. We always there. Blaze, Craig, hey, we're all gamers by choice, not by trend. And people, stay safe out there. You know, take every precaution that you can. And much love and respect. We out here.
All right, you got it. And, of course, our usual defender of the Xbox community, Mr. Craig Harris. What's up?
Oh, yeah. What's happening, everybody? I had to be here. It was fun. And, yeah, this is the Messiah of Xbox, the only Xbox gamer that tells you the truth. So, yeah, had a good one. Hit that like button, share, and have a good, safe weekend, guys.
All right. And, of course, Blaze 4K. I think Blaze dipped out, did he not? He just dipped out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blaze 4K. You guys should follow him on Twitter at the same name, Blaze 4K. And I think it's the same on Steam. So, appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, do appreciate everybody came through. It's been a busy week, but do appreciate y'all. I do. You guys should follow me on Twitch. Make sure you follow me on Twitch there. Twitch, it's Big_Cloud Gaming on Twitch, as well as Twitter, Big Cloud Gaming, so you won't miss anything, especially here on the channel. Definitely hit that bell icon if you are a subscriber and select off notifications. You won't miss the show. And if you're new, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. But until next time, y'all be good. We'll see you next time. Later.